and Donovan.
You are now listening to The Bunt, the number one podcast in skateboarding. Brought to you by the number one shoe in skateboarding, Vans. Off the wall since 1960, motherfucking 6. I'm D Jones. I got my main man, the Ghost, with me. We got Richie Valdez and Ants One behind the scenes.
It's a cool thing.
Ghost. My dog. What are we doing this week?
Bro, it's what I like to call a classic barn burner in Studio E. We had to bring back one of the original barn burners, Mr. Elijah Berle himself. Came to Toronto in 2017. We picked him up from the airport. Had never spoken to him, and immediately started drinking champagne, and cheap champagne that was nasty, in the back of a limo, courtesy of our man Bob. And then from then on, I think he was in Toronto for 2 nights. And first night we went out to like a tiki lounge, and then had the live show the next day, and he was out, killed it. Our first live show ever. And man, that was so damn long ago, 8 years now. So
crazy.
It was time to get him back on the pod. He just was runner-up for Sodi, so much to catch up on. He's gone from a boy to a man. And catching up with Elijah, epic, mad love, great interview, great guy. Then we take him, straight to the post office, which became like an unofficial rundown. Apologies to the skaters. And of course, wrapping it up with the rundown, fantasy football, real football. It's all happening right here, right now. You dig? Yo, Donald, I got a question for you though.
Hey, hit me.
What's the date today, man?
Well, by the looks of it outside, it still looks like summer, but it's October 8th. Did
you just say October? I think what you meant to say is Banktober, baby. That's right. It's Banktober. Our boy Hugo Balek doing the most on banks all month long. And the wait is over. Him and his crew have launched a site, www.itsthecompany.net. Go check it out. They have a beautiful t-shirt and crew neck celebrating banks around the world for the rest of the month. Go check them out. And I wonder if they got some more stuff cooked up for the rest of the month, man. It's early October right now.
Man, I bet they do. I bet it's going to go all October long. Hugo has stated that this movement started as a way to express his love for banks. And, you go check out his page. There's banks left, right, and center. But he also has a post up. It has the t-shirt. It has the crew neck. And the 300th comment on this post gets a free shirt and sweater. So get over there. Schmalik on Instagram. It's thecompany.net. Banktober. You might even see me and Safe skating some banks, man, when we down in Ohio.
Bro, you just made me. We're in Ohio, 16th to the 20th. I'm a go scared. Actually, fuck, I can't really kickflip right now. I don't know what I'm gonna do, but Hugo, I promise you, I will text you a bank clip of sorts by the end of the month. That's a promise. You dig?
That's a ghost guarantee, is what they call that in the business. Now that he's industry, they know that. All right, make sure to follow us on Instagram at The Bunt Live. Subscribe to us on YouTube, youtube.com/@TheBuntLive. Our Patreon, patreon.com/TheBunt. And then head over to thebuntlive.com. Every episode logged for your listening pleasure. The store's still up. We got Yetis. We got t-shirts. There's some hats left. Head over to thebuntlive.com. What am I forgetting, man? I was watching baseball this week. NFL this week. Banktober dropped, so we've been dealing with that shit. I didn't watch any skating, man. You got something for me? It's the Shoutout of the week, man.
You already know what time it is. Shoutout of the week, brought to you by The Den, an app for skate videos where independent vids shine bright alongside the major releases. We all love big brand videos, but sometimes the real heat comes from the people out there doing it strictly for the love. We're talking independent filmers, local shops, and regional brands. If you're out in the trenches grinding it out to highlight your scene, Our homies over at the Den want to see what you've got. Simply hit the submission link at entertheden.com to send in your work. Who knows? You could see your homies video showcase right next to some of your favorite brands and filmers. Download the Den for free on iPhone, Android, the web, Apple TV, and Amazon Fire TV. I love that, man. Highlighting the local scenes is always a good thing. D Jones, it was a massive week, and you know it's Banktober, so this is usually around the time of year where the footage output starts to, you know, ramp up as SOTY season approaches. So I actually had a shout out locked and loaded. An ender was a beautiful back nose blunt. You may have seen it, but we could maybe do shout outs, but the official shout out of the week this week goes to Young Shredder. I don't know if you saw this. Eli Watterson from Australia.
Did I ever?
Not sure exactly
Switch
where.
50?
Yo, I want to nominate. Well, first of all, the part was great. Our boy Jeff Campbell filmed and edited. Guest appearances from Chloe Cavell and Felicity Turner. But this little kid is just next level. Like if you go on his Instagram, he switched from blunting like big ass park rails and stuff, but he getting down in the streets too. Eli Watterson, an absolute ripper. And he had a couple gnarly slams, and I was so envious of his little body. It looked like it didn't even hurt. Just bounce off the ground.
I know that shit.
You know how that goes with story. Yeah. Like kids just bounce off the ground and get back up. He switched 50'd the gold rail. And Eli, if you're listening to this, I nominate you to switch Smith the gold rail. I'm sure that will be light work for you, and maybe even now. But there's no I can't wait to see what he's up to in 5 years, 10 years, 15 years, because he's already fucking steez. Got proper flick somehow with his little legs and ollie back heels all boned out.
That's insane. That was insane.
Big shout out. Okay, another one. This was my original one, but Eli blew my mind. So, Lucien Gourdal, I don't know if he's French, like Lucien Gourdal, taking the plunge part, absolute shredder, hammers from start to finish. That one was originally up on Free Skate, so go check that out. Antonio, I never know how to say his last name, Durao. Went ham on his like Instagram part, which is on Core Snacks YouTube.
145.
Yo, insane. Switch tray, everything. Yo, he's in the SOTY race once again. But last but not least, Dono. Yo, it's so wide open right now. Last but not least,
there's no winner.
I meant to say this a while ago, but did you see Atiba, our brother Atiba Jefferson? These hills have homes.
Was that when I did?
Yeah.
The whole crew went back to his hometown.
Yeah, which I'm forgetting what it's called now, but it's just outside of something Springs or something. Anyways, yeah, you're right. Colorado. Love that edit. They went back there with some Vans rippers, Kern, Rowan, a bunch of the homies. But what I forgot to say a couple weeks ago was, Donald, do you remember when we got a question about favorite or who would your dream SOTY trip be? Well, and you had your list, which was perfect, and then I bid it and added like one person or something. We got called out. I forgot to tell you. Atiba and Akko called us both out, feeling very disrespected that we were not on their SOTY dream trip list. So I'd like to take this moment to state a retraction. Of course, if we had a SOTY trip, you're both invited, and that would make it 10 times more fun. But I'm so glad this came out to throw it back in y'all's face. This was a Vans trip back to Colorado, and where was our invite?
Where were we?
Yeah, exactly.
I didn't know where we were going with this, but I agree. I didn't know I did anything wrong, but now that looked like a great trip. It looked like a nice, fun, wholesome adventure back to Atiba's hometown.
Yeah, where Donald and I could have fucking, had a blast as well. But yeah, Atiba, you're soft and you're fake because we invited you to every one of our trips so far and you fucking didn't come. So don't come at us because you're not on our dream Sodi list. And in the video, he actually says, this is low-key my Sodi trip. Fake as hell. Fake as hell. Anyways.
So those were a lot of good video parts. We spoke about Sodi a little bit. But over here, you know, we've always dabbled, and this is just off the cuff. I just thought of this, so if you're not prepared, that's fine. But we've always thought about giving our own award away, right? I mean, we're the ones in charge here. We can just make up whatever the hell we want, and we go with it. And the one thing that we landed on was video of the year. It's October. You know, we're heading towards the end of the year. We obviously don't have to make our final pick, but are there any videos out there that you think would be up for the award so far? And then this is something we need to work on as the next 2 months go by.
Damn, completely unprepared, but I will just take this opportunity to shout out Ital once again. Local, keeping it local. Jordan Moss and all the young shredders in Toronto came together for that one. It's on our YouTube, Ital, check it out. And I'll start to think of videos of the year. Fuck, I might have to hit up like Costa or someone who's probably clocking all this because they do awards too, to refresh my mind. But yeah, I don't know if it came out this year. I loved the Nike SB Japan video. I watch that one all the time. But yeah, what about you? You got one?
I don't have one yet. I mean, I love that one, Barking at the Knot, the one with Colin Brophy. For sure. So far, my favorite video of the year. Also, a little bit unprepared, but just wanted this on the radar, you know? Something we've talked about. Pretty cool thing to have an award. As a kid, I loved the Trans World Awards. They were awesome. They had the best team and all that. And now all we have is Sodi. So if we can add one more little thing in there, I think that would be great.
Yeah, let's do it. Let's put our minds together.
All right. There's only one thing left to do. You know what time it is. Give us an ad.
Me? Oh, shit. Like I said, I'm off the booze until Cincinnati. But if you are not, and you're looking for a buzz, fear not. Public Gardens, they've got you. It's Banktober. It's still pretty nice out. You can hit the patio upstairs, crack the coldest beer in the world. That's a Beamer. Get it with that flank steak, and you're fucking in heaven. You dig? Public Gardens, King in Portland.
All right, there's nothing left to do. Let's get into the interview. It's time. Let's go. All right. Well, here we are, 7 years since the first interview with good friend of the show, Elijah Berle. Brother, thank you for coming back inside Studio E, man.
Thanks for having me back after the first one.
Might be 8, G.
Yeah, might be 8. It was like in the winter sometimes, or maybe March, something like that.
It was cold. I remember getting picked up from the airport. And,
by us in a limo.
Limousine. Yeah, and it was a little brick.
Yeah, maybe it was March or something like that. But man,
yeah,
we've done a lot since. Live interview, the Bunt jams. This is your first like actual inside Studio E interview.
Yeah, I mean, definitely different environment than the first one. A little more chill.
Absolutely.
But, yeah, it's good to be back, man.
So round 2, everyone starts off the same. Hit us with your favorite skate moment and your favorite sports moment.
I'm trying to think of like watching someone battle a trick or something, because I feel like that's always like the best, and like everyone's like celebrating that day for the rest of the night. But damn, I don't know. I should have done my homework.
First question.
It's a hard one to think.
Bro.
It's a hard one to think on the spot. I guess I'd say maybe turning pro in in Puerto Rico, like way back. I'm going back, but I mean that's just like a good one that comes to mind, and I guess it's pretty important part of someone's career. But yeah, we were in Puerto Rico, and this was like way back, like before Pretty Sweet even came out. We were just kids, and we were just on this insane trip, you know, like having so much fun. During the time that was like Stevie and Raven and Corey and Vincent. We all were just super close and just kids, you know, hanging out, having fun. And they took us on this trip to Puerto Rico, and they turned all three of us pro at the same time, and we had like no idea.
Sick.
And they didn't want to tell Corey either because figured he was gonna blow it. So like, remember we were all chilling right there, and yeah, they like brought the boards out, and Corey was like tripping the most. He was like, "You guys didn't fucking tell me, like, what the hell?" Like, that was pretty funny. And then the rest of the trip from there was just so fun, you know, like just skating and having a good time.
That's epic. I remember that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, those were some fun years. That was like right at the beginning, man. That was just hit the ground running. I feel like I was like not sponsored, and then all of a sudden I was like on a trip with like all my heroes, you know. And then
Crazy.
Yeah, I guess things just took off from there. But favorite sports moment? Oh man, I mean, come on. I'm a pretty big Dodgers fan, and I was watching that last World Series lividly, as you could imagine. LA, born and raised. So, and then I was on this trip. It was during a Thrasher weekend to Texas, and it was the game that Freddie hit the walk or the home run to win the grand slam to win the game, and I was watching the game with Tony Trujillo and Dylan from Thrasher, and they're both like such Dodger haters, dude, because they're like Giants fans or whatever.
Yeah.
And we were watching the game in the lobby of the hotel. It was like this. We had like the full lobby like taken over, like big screen, like couches, and we just like took it over, and it was sick. And we were watching the game, and then just heckling back and forth the whole time, and then boom, Freddie hit the grand slam, and I just went nuts. I don't even know what happened, blacked out, but yeah, it was sick.
That's fun. They were just there to hate.
They were there to hate and just to like make sure that like the Dodgers were just, they didn't care about the Yankees, but they were just like, we just don't want the Dodgers to win. I was like, that's some salty ass fans, bro.
Bro.
Damn, that's epic.
Yeah.
Dylan. Take us back to the beginning. Where did you grow up and how'd you get into skating?
I'm from Santa Monica, California, and it's hard to really remember exactly like the early days of skating, just because it's like I've kind of had one around like before real like solid memories kick in, but definitely had to be influenced through my mom. She was like, you know, she grew up in Santa Monica as well, and it was kind of just like the culture of like a kid growing up in the 70s. Everyone had like a skateboard and a bike and a surfboard, and I think that's just like was the community. So was always introducing me to it. I think just had a skateboard around or something like that. And then my uncle Johnny was like more of an 80s kid, but he was like super into skating, and he would take me to skate parks on the weekends and stuff when I was real little, like maybe didn't even really know how to skate that much yet. And then yeah, just kind of like started wandering around to the local like skate parks, like Venice Beach Park, like the old one. There was like a Boys and Girls Club park that's no longer there. And then just kind of like, you know, when you're like a kid and you just like the act of skateboarding, like, but you don't really have any like idols yet, or like people you think that like look cool doing it. So then you start to like go to the park and you just like skating just because it's like a fun, it's a toy or whatever, you know?
Yeah.
And then you go to the park and you start to see some of the older guys like ripping or like wearing whatever clothes, you know, and you're like, damn, those dudes are cool, man. Like, I want to be like those guys, you know? So I just kind of remember slowly like having a skateboard, but maybe not being a skateboarder yet. And then like, it just took off. And then like, next thing I know, I'm like shorties head to toe.
Yeah.
Like asking my dad to take me to the skate shop, like buying a sticker for $1. Like,
Damn, you went shorties to fucking duffel.
there
Yeah.
was logos out, dude. Whatever logo you had, I was down.
Yeah, I feel like the sticker case doesn't exist anymore, man. When we were kids, like that was the coolest shit. And now it's just like, it's gone.
$1, yeah, the dollar sticker case, like some of the sickest like relics I remember having is like I was like those are my prized possessions. It's like was my stickers.
Oh,
like,
yeah. Black Panther stickers, all that stuff.
Oh my god, yeah, World Industries, like all that stuff was just like I think it was just like such a like sight when you would walk into a shop. It was just like all those colors. It was like maybe like baseball or like playing cards.
Pretty much.
Yeah.
Like that, but for skaters. But I remember it was like $1 like strictly, and then I remember I feel like it went up a little bit, and I was like, what? Like $1.50? Come on. But the shop that I grew up going to, which is still there, actually my mom got her first skateboard there too, which is pretty cool.
What?
It's called Rip City Skates. It's in Santa Monica, and they opened in I think '78 if I remember right. But their sticker they still like
That's
run it
gangsta.
a solid sticker case. Every time I go in there, I definitely peruse the sticker case a little bit. I maybe even bought a couple. I don't know.
So who were you seeing growing up skating that influenced you to put on some shorties gear, man? Who was shredding in the shorties stuff?
Oh man, I mean Muska. I mean,
You were seeing him
I
around
don't
as
know
a kid?
Yeah, for sure. I actually have a funny story about running into him, but I don't know, like, not to sound ignorant, but like, I didn't even think I knew anybody else rode for shorties. I was like, oh, shorties, Chad Muska, you know, like
Yeah.
at that age, you're just like kind of, you know, you're just young and you don't know what the heck's going on. So Muska, I don't know how old, but my dad took me to X Games, and it was at the Staples Center in downtown LA. Now Crypto.com, which is so whack.
It never
It's the
works when they
Staples Center
change this shit, man.
to me, yeah, especially when you grow up with it. But anyway, so they had the street course, dude. I still see some of these dudes like so vividly. Like I swear I can see like a baby face P-Rod with like his big diamond earring, like skating in the park, and like Muska was there. I think Costin was there. All the top dogs for sure at the time. But I remember Muska was like battling this trick, and it might have been just like for the love. I think the contest might have been like over, or his run was over, but then he was just trying to, I think it was his gap to table. Like I remember a gap to a picnic table. Like he could have been like trying to gap nose blunt it or something. But so like, I think it's just for the love at this point, and the crowd's just hyping him up, hyping him up. And then he ended up landing the trick. And then he like went to the waters, like in each corner, like where all the skaters have their waters, and he like grabbed a bunch of waters, and he started handing them out, skating around the course and handing them out. And I was a little kid, I was in the front row, probably the thing was like up to my chin, you know, and I was like standing there like this, and he was like, "Here you go, homie," and like handed me this water,
The holy water,
and I
bro.
was just like, oh my god, Muska water, dude! Like, but I was like too scared to even open it. I didn't want to touch. Like, I was just like,
Yeah, I knew a pause was coming, bro.
yeah. Oh, come on, bro.
That's good.
But I was like, had this water, and I didn't know like what to do with it, so I was just kind of like carrying it around for the rest of the day. And then I think we were like on the way home, and we were driving past the skate shop, this old shop called Hot Rod that used to be around LA for a while. It was like a pretty sick shop back in the day. But I was like just so fired up still. I convinced my dad, I was like, yo, like, can we swing by the shop? I just want to like look at stuff. Like I don't want to buy anything. Like just take me to the shop. Like just want to look. And then go into the shop, and lo and behold, Muska's chilling behind the counter, like just chopping it up with the dudes. I don't know what they were just all broing down. I walk in, I was like, I still had the bottle of water in my hand. I walked up to him, I was like, dude, like, I was at the X Games earlier. You gave me this water. And he was like, oh shit, man, for real? Oh yeah, blah, blah, blah. He's like, hey, let me see that board right there. And like grabbed the silhouette off the wall, gave it to me, signed it, and he's like, "Here you go, dude. Like, you take this board. Like, it's all you." Grabbed the silhouette off the wall,
Bruh.
signed it, gave it to me. I don't know what happened really after that. Like, I probably made a fool of myself or something. I don't know. Maybe even started crying or something. But, dude, I said it was pretty funny. Like, I ended up skating the board. I don't know. I should have saved it, but it was a new board. I was like, "What? I'm gonna skate this thing." So I skated it, and then I went to my friend's house like the next day. My buddy who lived in my neighborhood that I would skate around the neighborhood with. And I like showed him the board, and then I told him the story, and then he was like, "You're skating the board that Muska signed for you, and it's like all scratched up already." And he got so mad at me that I did that we got into a fist fight, and it was the first fist fight that I ever got into in my entire life.
Yeah, you disrespected
like,
Muska, eh?
Fully scrapped, and he was so mad that we threw down over it. I was probably like 6 or 8, maybe. I don't even know. 6 to 8.
Dude.
Wow. I see both sides, but he was tripping for sure.
I know. He was a little older than me. He was like a little older kid in the neighborhood, so maybe he kind of had a little bit more sense than I did. But in my head, I was just like, new board, skate.
Yeah, Muska would have wanted you to skate it, man.
Yeah. I don't know, maybe like don't do nose slides or something, like where he signed it or something. But
dude, what an epic story. Muska's the man, eh?
Yeah, he's super cool. And then I never really met him, but I was pretty hyped recently after my last video part. I had like put a video out on Instagram of like one of the like an attempts video, like a bunch of tries of this like up and over rail, and it was on like right off of Sunset, like West Hollywood, like Sunset Hollywood. And he like commented on my photo and was like, "Bro, I always used to eye this up like back in the day, except I wanted to like put plywood up the stairs and gap to the down rail." And I was just like,
shit.
Like, first of all,
Epic
this dude
comment.
knows who I am, and second of all, like, wow, I'm skating the spot Muska was eyeing up back in the day. Like,
that's
pretty
epic.
sick.
Was it the one that you put the boards up and then you go up, across, down?
Yeah, like
one of your last
pop off
tricks?
the little grate and then up, across, and over. I mean,
Insane.
Come on. Right when he said that, I just pictured Muska flying through the air. Gap to the down part.
Dude.
Damn.
Yeah, so that's my ties to Muska right there.
Bro, I'd be rocking shorties still. If that happened to me, man. So you were right.
Straight up. Yeah.
So what would you consider your first big break in the skate industry?
I mean, I don't know. Isn't it like when you get sponsored, I guess?
Which sponsor was the one, man?
I mean, my first sponsor was technically like not a skate shop, was Foundation Skateboards. It was actually pretty funny because I was just trying to get on this local brand, like it was called Sugar Sports Skateboards. The dude who kind of ran it was a little Dodge. This dude, Marco just Binsek, dude. Sketchy little dude, like would make fake IDs out. I heard he was like the fake ID guy. Whatever. I don't want to throw him under the bus, but
Guy hit him with the first and last name and then incriminated him.
I mean, for as far as I know, that dude is like long gone. I haven't seen him in years, but anyway, he had this local brand, and their office was right next to the courthouse ledges, like with the stage and everything, and I would skate there a lot. And then just seeing all these dudes rocking Sugar Sports, I was like, oh, sick, like I'm gonna, maybe see what's up with these guys. And then I was like starting to film with some friends at the time and stuff, so I asked Marco, I was like, yo, dude, like I want like rep some boards, like what's up? He's like, yeah, for sure, like just film a part and then we'll check it out or whatever. So I spent all this time, maybe like this summer, filming a part. And we finally got it all dialed in, like put like a song to it, like made it like, like a part, like full part, not just like footage. And I went over to the courthouse and I see Marco skating, and I was like, yo, dude, I have this DVD, like I made a part or whatever. He's like, oh, like let's go to the office, like let's go watch it. And I was like, what? Like, no, like, you go watch it. I'll just stay here. And so pretty much he took me over to his office and put the DVD in and started watching it. I was like, oh my God. Like, you know, when you like you're all hyped on something and then you show it to someone and then you're like, oh, wait, this sucks. Like, oh, I could have done that better, like, it was just silent. We watched the part and then he like took it out of the thing, put it back in the case, handed it to me. He's like, yeah, man, like, just keep skating, man. Like, you'll get there. Like, pretty much just denied me, right? I was like, oh, man, all right. Like, full confidence gone. And then I was, like, skating back to the skate shop. It was a shop called 9 Star that was over in, like, that zone back in the day. And they had a mini ramp there. And I would skate there all the time, like, almost every day, I feel like. And then went back over to the shop and I was skating the mini ramp. And then a couple dudes show up and they're, like, skating with me. And, like, they like knew what they were doing. They were like good skaters. And then at the end of the session, the dude was like, hey man, like I work for, or like I'm the team manager of Foundation Skateboards, like do you have any footage or anything like that? And I was like, well, actually I have this DVD in my backpack that I just got denied with, but I didn't even think about it. I was just like, actually, yeah, I have this like DVD in my backpack if you want it. And then gave it to that dude. And then he sent me boards like a week later. So I was pretty hyped on that.
Let's go.
Yeah, I was like denial to success in the same day, But
that's epic.
Yeah, so I ran with that for a while. Those were some, fun times. I would take the train down to San Diego a lot and skate with Tomieto guys and just like pretty much try to skate any handrail I could like get my hands on. I feel like.
How old were you when you got on Foundation?
I was like 13.
Damn.
13. I remember too because they gave me an ad and it was like in the ad it was like this sequence and it said like just 14 years old and I was like kind of bummed that they put it in. I was like, man, like I gotta put that in there. Like, I don't know why.
Just run the ad.
I don't know why. Yeah, but so I had an ad for Foundation and then just kind of some like stale years with it. Maybe just kind of started to grow up a little bit, and maybe transition from like big rail type hesh, like Foundation. And then I just, whatever, it was kind of just not that hyped on it. I was just like, I don't know, this isn't fun. I'm like, it was just a mutual like, all right, like whatever, that was a good run or whatever. And then I was kind of just floating, like didn't really have any sponsors. I was just skating for fun, living at like by this point I'm probably like 17 and I'm like kind of living at my friend's skate house, like we're just skating like all around the clock. And then just having fun. And then I went to Skate Lab with my friend Logan, and he was friends with Mike Mo, and we were which Skate Lab's a skate park, and we were skating the park, and like Mike Mo, like the pros don't have to wear helmets there, but everyone else does. And I was like skating this park, and I had this helmet on, and like Mike Mo was skating, and then he was like came up to me, he's like, dude, take that fucking helmet off, man. Like, and I was like, all right, sick. Like, Mike Mo said it's cool, so I guess it's cool. And I'm like skating the park, and then pretty much just clicked with him. And he was like, dude, like, what do you like? Are you sponsored by anybody? And I was like, no, just no. And then he was like, well, dude, like let's go to like I want to take you to Girl, like introduce you to those guys. Like, are you down to go tomorrow? I was like, yeah, sure. So we went to Girl the next day, and I don't know, it was kind of like an audition, I guess. It was kind of weird. I like got to the park and met everyone, and I was like, all right, I'm gonna go like skate the park. And then I like started skating the park, and then like slowly, like one by one, came down and like poked their head in and was like kind of watching me skate for a little bit.
That's so weird. Like the weird pressure.
Yeah, or it was a weird, like I don't think they were intentionally like trying to do that, but that's what it like felt like,
Yeah.
But Yeah, so I think I filmed like a little edit for the Trail Tap website, and then Smythe called me. Smythe or Rick? Dang, I can't remember. But they were pretty much calling me like a couple days later, and they're like, "Hey man, like we're filming for this video right now, like pretty sweet, and we're just wondering if you like wanted to try to like start to film a part for it." And I was like, "Yeah, sure." Like didn't really know what I was getting into, like such a high production video, but yeah. He asked me too. He's like, "Do you like girl or chocolate better?" I was like, I think chocolate's pretty cool. Like girl's awesome, obviously, but like I don't know. I was just like chocolate's sick. I don't know. It's just like the underdog team,
Mm-hmm.
just like the maybe not so popular brother, and then
Mm-hmm.
so I was just I vibed with that, and then got on the team. Or well, I didn't get on the team yet, but started skating with those dudes around LA a little bit, and then Jamie Hart from Vans reached out after that video on Crail Tap came out. So I think that's around that time is when things really started to like, whoa, okay, like this is serious. Like we could do something with this. And then my first trip was like, I think that they had already been filming for Pretty Sweet for like a year, so they were already like full in it, like video part mode. And my first trip was like to Florida, and it was like Mark Johnson, Guy Mariano, Eric
Wow.
Costin,
What the fuck?
Alex Olson, Brian Anderson, and I'm just like this little kid, dude, like in the van, like shoulder to shoulder with these guys. Corey was on that trip. That's how we became like close friends. But me and him were the only younger guys. But I was just like, dude, what
Wow.
is happening right now? It's 3 in the morning, and I'm watching Mark Johnson like scream and like try to land this manual
That's the
trick. Like,
memory.
what am I doing? No, that was just like I remember having like a come to moment where it was like 3 in the morning, and Mark is like battling this manual, and he's like, I've never seen like behind the scenes skating like that. And then
Mm-hmm.
like next, I was like,
Living
oh,
it.
these dudes are crazy.
That's crazy.
Mm-hmm.
So Mike Mo literally picked you up off the street with a helmet on and changed your
Just
life.
Yeah.
dragged me up, ripped the helmet up, slapped the helmet off my head.
Yeah.
That's
Pretty
crazy.
much, yeah, dude. Shout out Mike Mo for real. And then, dude, I stayed with him. I like lived at his house for like a long time. Like I want to say like almost a year. Like through the start of like filming, because he was filming for that video too. So yeah, I would just crash out with him, and we would just go skate like every day. It was sick. It was a really fun time. It was full, just like, because back then he was still a little kid too, dude. He was probably like no more than like 22, 23, and he had like obviously some money, and he just had this like big house in Simi Valley, and just filled it with like a bunch of other dumb skaters, and we would just like make, order pizza and like
Living the life.
watch videos, play video games, and then just go film for the video all day. But yeah, that was the start of it.
Love that. So, like Donald said, a lot's changed in the world since we last had you on the pod, 2017. But
Oh, man,
I hate
he's
to bring up
hilarious.
an ending because you just told us such a great beginning to the whole chocolate thing. But since we had you on the pod last time, you hadn't made the move to FA. So let's go back in time
Oh,
a bit.
really?
Yeah. It
Oh, wow.
was 2017, I believe you made the switch, but we had you on
Yeah.
around April-ish. So take us back to that and the thought, like what was going on at the time? How come you made the switch?
Yeah, it wasn't anything that like it wasn't anything like happened, or like nothing bad happened. It was really hard to do. Like I hated it. It sucked. I was dreading it for, you know, just the decision. It was such a hard decision. And like telling those dudes really sucked. But I don't know. It was just kind of like we had run our course. Like it was like we went so hard for like however many years. Like yeah, like 5 solid years. Like we were just like pretty sweet trunk boy this, trunk boy that. Like trips just like burnt it to the ground. I don't know. I think people just kind of slowly started to like. Corey moved back to Washington. Like Raven kind of moved back up to the Bay. It was just like things were starting to like not be the same. I don't want like maybe get a little stale. Not stale. I don't even want to use that word. It's just like it wasn't as crazy. It wasn't like what it used to be. I don't know. It was just like a dull moment over there, and then the next thing I know, like FA is like this new like exciting thing, and like I had grown up, you know, through that whole time of filming with Pretty Sweet. Like I was also in the van with like Greg Hunt and Dill and Ave, because Propeller was filming during that time, so I was kind of filming for both at the same time. So I spent a lot of time with those guys, like almost as much time as I spent with the girl and chocolate dudes, you know. But I just had like a more of a younger squad over there, so we were all like homies. We pretty much all lived together for a while there. Yeah, so they had always kind of been throwing out like, oh dude, what's up with Alien, you know, like kind of just joking, you know, like, oh, what's up with Alien, like you should be riding for Alien. Like I was like, dude, I just got on chocolate, like I'm chilling. I'm not looking for another. And then so like around, you know, whatever, during somewhere around that time, they Dave and Dill quit Alien, and they were starting this FA thing, and they were kind of like, yo dude, like we're starting this thing, it's gonna be pretty sick, like if you want to be a part of it, like we'd love to have you. And I still just like wasn't ready, you know. I was like, man, I look up to these guys a lot, you know, like Abe's one of my like all-time favorites, and like it's hard to say no, you know, to someone like that, even though you're like dedicated to something else. But it's still just hard to say no. And then yeah, just kind of like they started to put something together, you know, with like all those guys when they were like pretty young, like Tyshawn and Knock and Sean, and just it was exciting, you know. I was like, they had something going, they were like making something sick. And then hockey was just like so sick too, like Donnie and John. And then it was just kind of like at a weird time where like just didn't seem like much was going on anymore at Girl and Chocolate. Like we all kind of were a little bit distant. And then they had asked me again, they're like, yo man, like just reaching back out, like the offer still stands. And then at this point, like some of the dudes on the team, like I remember like Tyshawn and Knock were pretty like forward about it, like hit like every time I would see them, they're like, dude, come on, like when are you gonna whatever. And then it just kind of all started to happen. And then I was like, fuck, should I do this? And then yeah, just made the decision to try it out. But yeah, it sucks, man. I was like heartbroken pretty much for a little bit. Yeah, I mean, it all worked out in the end. There's no bad blood, no bad feelings, but just had to move on, you know.
Just a tough decision to make, man.
Especially when you're like nothing bad happened, and you're just like, I'm gonna go see what's up over here. I don't
It's
know.
like if you tell Mike or Rick and they're just like, why? And you like literally have no direct answer why.
Yeah, I don't
Stuff.
know. It was just like a weird time, and it was kind of around the time too, like everybody was quitting. Like it was like Guy, Mark, Eric, you know, Alex, Brian. I was just like, all right, what's going on over here? You know, like I mean, I hate to say I jumped ship with everyone else, but yeah, it just seemed like the right time to do, but to do so. And I mean, I don't regret it. I think we had like the sickest time, like the time that we had together, and you know, might as well like, you know, step away with all that, you know, remembering all that, and like just having such a good time, and then just starting a new chapter. It's pretty much just a new chapter, you know?
Yeah. No, it makes sense. Never easy, but fuck, gotta do what you gotta do sometimes.
Yeah. Still love those dudes though. I see them around. It's good to run into those guys.
For sure. What's that noise? Please say it ain't so. Please say it ain't so. When your grandmother told you she was having a friend over, you thought it would be a dear old lady coming for a cup of tea and some biscuits. Not the older, ripped version of Jean-Claude Van Damme sporting a double six-pack. one on his stomach and one in his hand. Now they're locked in Grandma's room, making noise like rabbits on speed. Jean-Claude Van Damme is groaning like Mel Gibson in Braveheart right before he's beheaded. Your sweet old grandma is screaming like a 10-year-old on a roller coaster at Six Flags. It's not that you don't want your grandmother to have a good time. You do, but you really didn't know what to think about it, and you definitely didn't want front row seats like Jay-Z at a Nets game. As you're putting on your shoes and heading out the door, you hear a window shatter, a scream, then another, and the sound of someone gasping for air. The first scream, no clue who or where it came from. The second is your grandmother. The gasping, possibly Jean-Claude. A second later, the older version of Van Damme busts through the bedroom door, naked, with a pigeon in his mouth. He sprints towards the exit, and since you're standing right there, you open the door for him. He bolts out, trips on your skateboard, and as he falls forward, the impact launches enough air from his lungs to set the bird free. Without noticing, your grandmother appears behind you in a robe, calmly shuts the door, looks at you, smiles, and says, "Thank God that pigeon crashed through the window and flew straight into his mouth. All looks, no talent. Would you like some tea?" You're not sure if you do, but say yes anyways, because somehow that pigeon just ended your misery. As for the window being so weak that a pigeon could crash through it, you know who to thank. CHPO brand, the worldwide leader in sunglasses and watches. Always doing it for the people. One of the more memorable skate beefs of our generation. You know, we're no strangers to skate beefs over here at the Bunt. Our good friend, well, not good friend, but a friend of the show, Austin Gillette, and yourself. We don't need to get into the nitty gritty. You know, we all saw it unfold online, but we did see his guest trick in your part. How did that come about, man? And was watching the beef just as fun as the beef?
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I think I lost. I could have probably not let the whole world in on it, but it was pretty funny. I don't know.
It was wicked,
It just
man.
caught me off guard. Maybe I was having a bad day or something, but someone had just like screen recorded a little segment of him saying, I don't even remember. It wasn't even that big of a deal. I think I was just like having a bad day or something and like kind of lost it a little bit. And I was like, whatever, said what I said. And then went to the skate park and I skated for a while and then like came back to my phone and I've never seen my phone so lit up, dude. Like everyone is like calling me and texting me and like, dude, what? Half the people were like, fuck yeah. Half the people were like, dude, what are you doing? And then I was like, whatever, I'm not gonna delete it now. Like that seems like a little bit shrimpy to like bail it, you know. So I was like, just left it up, and then it just like took off, dude. Like, and then I was like, whoa, this is kind of out of hand. Like, Vans even called me and they're like, are you good? What do you mean? Like, just a little friendly back and forth call out, you know. It was nothing crazy. Like, I'm not gonna lose it on the guy, but I think I don't know who initiated it, but we spoke on the phone like the next day, and I was like, yo, dude, like, what the fuck was that? And he was like, yeah, that was pretty lame, I'm sorry. And I was like, yeah, I know, I'm sorry too, like, I didn't mean to let everyone else in on our shit, like, whatever, blah, blah, blah. We squashed it so quick. I think we even made, like, a little, like, story post, like, squashing the beef, like a photo of us together or something like that. And
no one remembers that part.
No one cared about that. They were just like, no, fuck that. You guys hate
we're
each other.
sticking with
like,
the beef. Yeah.
yeah. Which I guess, you know, good, you know, it's like, if we had a publicist, they'd be like, fuck yeah. Cause
keep going.
Like,
yeah.
Good, you know, people were chewing on it for a while, but,
dude, if it was a rap beef, you guys would have both dropped apart. Like, as this was happening, like,
yeah, boom, like taking each other out, like, till one of us like just surrendered. But yeah, no, it was pretty funny, and then it was still just like, oh my god, I think like just now, like finally started to like simmer down where I can like post a clip or like a video on Instagram and not look down and have the comments be like, "Fuck you, Austin's the man," or vice versa. You know, like fuck Austin. You know, I'm like,
we got to start
no,
revving
dude.
that up again.
Oh yeah, get in there, spark it back up. But no, yeah, it was pretty like we're still doing this, but yeah, I guess that's what happens. I learned my lesson. I'm gonna be keeping my beefs private from now on.
But how did the guest trick come about?
I was finishing up that part. Thrasher dudes were, I think, behind it. I don't know who exactly it was. It might have been Dylan, but he was like, dude, you know, it'd be so funny and just like throw people off. Like, you should just have a trick of Austin in your part. And I was like, oh my God, like, I'm so down. Yeah, that's like the perfect way to just like diffuse or like maybe diffuse and confuse like the situation. People are like, wait, what's going on here, man? Like, but yeah, so then they did that, and then Mike had that like 1 verse 1 idea to do for the Thrasher website, so that all worked out pretty good. It was pretty funny. It was like a nice like ending to the
like a full circle,
I guess. Yeah. Or just didn't go left a mystery, you know.
Yeah.
Have people commenting "fuck Austin" on my Instagram for the
you guys
rest of
will
my
be
life,
connected
you know?
forever now.
The guest trick, it put a smile on my face. I'm sure everyone who watched that
It was
for the
funny.
first time was like, what? And then it's just like, okay, we
was
got to get over it.
Yeah, they're
over
trolling
it.
us now.
It's done. Yeah.
It was a feel good moment, you know, at the end of the movie.
Yeah,
exactly. Love that part, by the way.
Thank you.
But watching a bunch of your parts in the last 24 hours or so, it was evident that you're one of the greatest 50-50ers of all time. But then I was thinking, you might be the best nose grinder of all time, or overcrook for, I don't know if you call them nose grinds or overcrooks for the weirdos, but I know skaters are always humble.
I don't even want to comment on that because I'm going to get lit up now I'm going to get lit up on that for the next year.
True.
Not an overcrook, dude.
I know skaters keep it humble, but after watching all your parts again, I think you're the best nose grinder in the world. What are your thoughts?
Dude, I don't know, man. That's a heavy claim. I can't agree. I mean,
that's be so harsh if you're like, yeah. I think
I mean, I'm just picturing all these nose grinds in my head right now, and they're just like pretty gnarly. I mean, like, dude, Leo's
he's got a good
dog
one.
Nose grinder. Never nose grinded up a rail.
Jeremy Ray
has. There's some heavy nose grinders out there, but you know,
Cole Cannon balanced down a rail.
Yeah. Oh wow, that's a different category.
That's a different trick.
That's a different trick.
We're talking overcrooks, man.
He's in his own category. Well, it kind of helps when those are the only two tricks you know how to do. So I've had a lot of practice.
Bro, you've done maybe you didn't go up a rail, but like, I forget which part now, but the one where it's a bank to nose grind and you just sit on it for like 30 feet, pop in.
Oh, yeah. The Sacramento rail. I love that spot, dude. That's like one of my favorite spots ever.
No, not. Is that the one you 180 fakie 502?
Yeah, is that what you're talking about?
No, the other one. It's a flat bank.
Oh yeah. That Vegas one. That one, yeah. You know what's funny about that is I was like, we went there with like high hopes. We're like, dude, this spot is fucking sick. Like, we're gonna shred this thing, you know. Like, we were on a trip and like a bunch of people on it. Everyone was like, oh, I'm down to try, you know, skate that or whatever. And then we got there. That thing pretty hard to skate, man. It's like kind of fool's gold a little bit. Just like all the angles are off a little bit. Just hard to line it up and then like get to the right spot. But I was
didn't give a fuck.
I did.
30-foot nose grind.
Well, that was kind of a fluke, but I went there and I was like trying to grind this thing, trying to grind it. I was like grinding it, but just real like quick grinds, like maybe like 5-10 feet. Like I wanted to like hold the grind like and go for like as long as I could. And then finally I got one that was like kind of long. I was like, all right, man, this is stupid. Like, whatever. And then I don't know if it was because the way that the rail, just the dimensions of the spot were like, but I like tried to nose grind, and then I got into a nose grind, and I think just because of the way that the bank was like, the bank is like curved like outwards, and then the rail's kind of curved outwards. So when you're going into an overcrook, you're kind of like going the right way, like with a curve, you know?
Okay.
So I got into one, and I was just like locked for so long, and I was like grinded farther than I did on the 50/50. I was like, oh shit, like
You better not fuck up the pop out.
Yeah.
well, no, that was just the first initial try. I was like, oh man, like all right, I think nose grind's the one. And then yeah, that one I just like locked in, and I remember like still going, and then I was like getting to the point where I was like, I gotta get out of this thing. And then like I was like, for sure in my head, I was like, I am not gonna land this. Like, there's no way I'm landing this. And like just gave it like a little nudge, and then was just expecting to just get like obliterated. I thought I was going way faster than I was in the footage, but felt like I was going Mach speed on that nose grind, and I was like, I gotta get out. And then I like popped out, and I was like riding away. I was like, and I looked up at I looked up at Kevin Sheely, and he was looking at me, and I think we both were like, like,
Yeah.
you know, like what just happened?
Yeah, that was a
But
serious one.
we'll have a nose grind off at the next Bunt Jam. Come and get some.
Whoever the challengers are.
Yeah.
So,
man.
Pro, in 2024, you turned it up a notch and put out some of your best skating to date. The Sodi race, obviously insane. We released our top 5 Sodi contenders, and
I saw that, man.
you know,
I was flattered by
got
that.
a little
Thank you, guys.
slack on both sides. Shuey said we may have been worse that we did that, trying to pressure Thrasher. But I was like, I don't know. That's some conspiracy. We don't need to get into.
Yeah,
But,
yeah.
what was your?
I'm not into the politics.
Yeah. What was your mindset throughout the year, like making that Sodi push?
Well, I guess it never starts out like that, you know. I don't think anyone. I mean, maybe people think this way, but it never starts out as a Sodi push. You're just like, you're ready to start filming a video part, and then so I was filming a part, and it was going pretty good, and then just like started to get going real good, and then I was like, I have a bunch of footage, man. Like I was like, I already have a part and like a part and a half, and it's like maybe not even halfway through the year, you know. And then you kind of start to be like, all right, well, should we, you know, try to you know play the game, you know? Should we start to do this? And then it just kind of was like started to get more serious, and then like kind of I mean, to be fair, I knew who I was going up against. I was like, this is a full underdog story if this goes down, you know. I was like, this guy, I mean, Jamie's just, you can't, no one's better than that. It's like, the shit that he does is unbelievable. But I was like, well, someone's got to give him a run for his, like, no one,
hell yeah.
He can't just take it, you know. So I was like, whatever. So I was feeling good, and then I was also like, damn, you know what? I had a real come-to moment where I was like, the end of last year, I kind of started to just get on like a mini health grind, you know? I was just like, you know, working out and not really drinking, and then just like filming, and I think it started to, I was like feeling pretty good skating, and then or the end of 2023. So not the end of last year, the end of 23, like going into the 2024 project. And then I was kind of realized, I was like, man, I've like never put like 100% into a video part before, like ever. Like I've maybe put like 60 or 80 and like still just like been having fun, or like maybe like mess around for like a month, go surf, not skate, whatever, I was like, man, I'm gonna see what this is all about. Like I want to put 100% into this thing and like just fully dive in and just see what happens. So pretty much it was more motivating to do that, to prove to myself, like I was more trying to prove myself to that, and just have something to like look back at that I would be like, yeah, I tried like as hard as I physically could to make all that happen, like on and off the board, like trips, strategy, taking care of myself, like spots, search, whatever, the whole nine, whatever it was, I just like fully dove into it 100%. I felt like I was like so like laser focused all year and like didn't have too much distraction or anything that was a distraction. I was kind of just like I've done that before, like I'm just trying to do this right now, you know. So that felt pretty good. That motivated me more to have the end result of what I did more than like the Sodi did. Like Sodi was like maybe just like, oh, here's like a token of like appreciation for your hard work, but it really was just to like, I was like, I just want to see what happens like when I dive in 100%. And honestly, to say, I don't think if there's any other way to film a video part for at least for me from now on out than like that. Like it felt so good to just lock in and like take it super seriously, like everything, like on and off the board. Like I said, I was like, you know, watching what I was eating, I was exercising, like injury prevention exercise, like all that stuff, just fully diving in, like, and it was sick, man. I was hyped. And I think from now on, when I start to embark on projects like that, I'll probably take a little bit more of that mentality, especially like getting older too, you know, like whatever, we partied our way through our 20s in our video parts, but I'll save that for, you know, like when I'm not filming a video part. It's like it's pretty easy. I mean, like I kind of have been enjoying skating since those parts have come out, because there's just been like a lot of trips, like there's been a lot of Thrasher trips, just, you know, random trips, like not video part filming trips. So I've been skating a lot. Like I feel like I've been on the road like at least once a month since those parts came out, but just like more so just like having fun and like, you know, enjoying it and like not taking it so seriously. But within the last like month or two, I'm like, that was fun, but I think I'm ready to like lock back in, you know. So
that's sick.
Hopefully been like starting to cook something up, but it's just starting again. But I can see myself kind of more so transferring back into like that state of mind, which is exciting because it's hard to force that, but when you find the motivation like on its own, like you're like, oh sick, all right, we're locked back in, you know. So
Bro, you just motivated me right there. So
Guy's about to go exercise right now, dude.
yeah, I'm like, yo, I've been putting off the gym membership for years. Like, let me fucking do this, blood.
It worked, dude. I like barely had any injuries last year. Not really any rolled ankles or nothing. Like it was paying off, and like I could skate for like mad long, like try tricks for like mad long and whatever, like be sore or whatever, but like manageable, you know. But yeah, it was just sick. Felt good to lock in and like dive in and take it seriously, you know.
Yeah, when we're older, looking back, I feel like your video parts and you remember the effort you put in is like you want to have some shit that you're really proud of where you want 100%. And it's like, I can't say that I've ever done that. You know, I would like to, but it's way easier in your head than to actually go do the injury prevention and eat well and fucking all that shit. Like it's,
yeah. So, at first it was kind of like, oh, what am I doing, man? This is like ridiculous. But then you like get into it and you start to feel good and you like notice it and you're like, all right, this is sick, man. Like I can go on a trip and skate the whole time for 2 weeks straight, like every day, and my joints aren't like swollen and like whatever. But I mean, don't get me wrong, I mean, I love both sides of it. Like it's so fun to go on a trip too and just like crack beers with everyone and like build the hype that way. I mean, I can't say like it was fun. Like it wasn't like the most fun. I was like pretty stressed and like serious like the whole year. I was enjoying myself, but I wasn't like how it was like usually on skate trips. It's like a party, you know, you're having a blast. But yeah, I'm glad I did it, and I think it definitely changed the way that I'm going to start to go about filming video parts, because I mean, you really only have so many, you know, when things do come up to, you know, not take them for granted. Because
Yeah, I remember when the Vans part came out at the end of the year. The thing that I liked the most was that I felt like everything you're saying I saw in the footage. I'm like, yo, honestly, I didn't know Elijah. Like, I knew you were obviously amazing, but I felt like you maximized what you were capable of, and not everyone does that. So, hats off to you for that. But
Thanks.
that said, I did just rewatch All Right, Okay, or is it Okay, All Right?
dude,
All Right,
I
Okay.
know I had to. It's all right, okay, but for so long I would mispronounce it. And
But yo, that part's up there with your parts last year too. Like, I hadn't watched that one in a bit, and holy fuck, I forgot about some of those tricks you did.
thank you.
So
Dude,
2021, you're saying that was
honestly,
80%? God damn, G.
no, I think that one honestly, I like started to get a little bit of, not the whole thing, for sure, not the whole thing, but that was also like a COVID video. So we filmed that whole thing. There was no trips going on. Like, it was, I guess, so that was kind of like the introduction of how to lock into a video part, because we didn't really have a choice. It was just like COVID, like there was no trips. We might have done like 1 or 2 trips max for that, but which was also cool too, because if you notice, like all Gilbert's footage is like his zone, like
Yeah,
Virginia
true.
and surrounding Virginia areas, and then my footage is all like LA based video part. So I thought that was pretty cool that we kind of were forced to film like hometown video parts. Like, usually
Yeah.
it's pretty hard to do. I mean, you get on a trip and you're like, got a whole new canvas of stuff, and then it makes it a lot easier to film video parts when you're taking a lot of trips. So yeah, if you can squeeze one out in your hometown where you grew up skating, that's like another just plus, I guess.
Crush that one.
Can you take us behind the scenes on your ender in the Vans part we're talking about?
Yeah.
Yeah, that one.
You tried to go back-to-back Sodies with that rail. That was the
Yeah,
formula,
right?
eh?
Dude, I was like, he got it, so game over. No, I'm just kidding. No, that one sucked. That was awful. I kind of like, first of all, like forgot how to do that trick like completely, and then I was like I like wanted to do that trick on that rail, but I was like, fuck, I gotta go relearn how to do that trick first. And then so I went back to the skate park that I grew up skating, that I learned the trick at, like full circle moment. I was like, I'm gonna go back to the beginning, man. And then but I like went to the park, and I like just maybe locked like 200 blunt slides in a row. It was like, what is going on, dude? Like it's like, honestly, it was like the physics were just like not. I was like, this should be in a crook. Like, why is this not in a crook? And then, like, I don't know, one of the tries I just took like a weird angle and like felt it again, and I was like, that's how you do it, okay. And then so I like just tried to like redial that trick in a little bit. And then we went up to SF, went to Soma Park. I kind of did a couple on the rail. I was feeling good. And then we went over to that spot, and it was like going pretty good. I started grinding a few, and then I started grinding like all of them. And I was like, thought it was going down. Like, I was like, wow, like this is happening. And then just kind of, you could just see the make just slowly, like when you're trying to trick for so long, and it's like right there, and then you can just see it like slowly drifting away. And I was just like, oh no. But then a lot of the times when I skate too, that happens. Like, I'm kind of cursed with, every trick I try usually ends up being a battle. I don't really walk away with things that
We know that
sometimes
life.
I do,
Yeah.
and I'm like, thank you, skate gods, like finally one time I don't have to try for 3 hours. But so there's always like that part weighing in my head. I'm like, dude, I do this all the time. Like, I'm done, I'm toast. I say I'm done, and then the next thing I know, I'm like rolling away. So it's just like, how much can you endure? But yeah, so I was like trying it, and then I started to slam like took some pretty solid slams. Nothing bad, but just like kind of like you know, car crash slams, and then we got kicked out. So that was kind of like, all right, I'm not gonna keep pushing it, whatever. We tried it for like 2 hours. They finally kicked us out. But I kind of like blew my trip, I was like, tried that like early on in the trip. So the rest of the trip, dude, I was just like smoked. Like couldn't even really skate. I think we were up there for like a week. And it was just me and Cody. So it was a little, grim. Like not a lot of vibes going on. Like
Yeah.
sharing, like just two grown men sharing a room. Like wake up when there's not, like when you're not skating on a skate trip, it's like, oh, should we go get some food? Like it was like just like so boring. But we were watching like basketball and whatever. Shit was whatever. And then so like I think I was like rejuvenated enough to try it one more time before we left. Still wasn't 100%. I was like super windy that day, and it was just like not happening. And then we were getting kicked out, and then we would come back and get kicked out, and come back and get kicked out. And there's not that much time left to film at this point too. There was like a month left to film, so I was like, all right, I'm gonna go home. I'm gonna regroup here, and then we'll come back up and we'll handle it. And then we go back up again, full deja vu, same hotel, same setup, same warm up. Go to Soma, like same breakfast, like just like. Full just like weird Twilight Zone. And then I'm trying it, it's not working, I'm not locking it, I'm just blunt slides. We're getting kicked out, it's raining that next, like one day is raining. It was not happening. I was like, man, this might not happen, dude. So Cody was like, dude, I gotta go, like I have to leave, I have to start editing this video. So so I ended up staying up there. Cody went home. I rejuvenated. I was in a hotel for like 3 days by myself, like just trying to like, dude, I was going to the store and I was getting 10 things of the same 7-Eleven every day. And the dude was like, what are you doing? Like 3 days in a row, like just going to the 7-Eleven and like getting like 10 bags of ice. And then like pulling up to the hotel and using like the luggage cart, like pushing it up the everyone just thought I was crazy. I don't know. I was crazy. I thought I was crazy. And then, so it was like the last day to do it. Pretty much, I like got my legs working enough to like be able to try it. We went to Soma. It was like a grim day, dude. It like wasn't the nicest day. I was feeling like shit. The trick really wasn't working that well at Soma. And then we went up to the rail, started to try it. The dude came out to kick me out, and I was like, dude, like just level with me, dude. I was like, I've been up here every other day for 2 weeks. Like, I'm gonna keep coming back. Like, can you just give me like an hour of just so I can focus, and I won't come back. And he's like, finally he just caves, and he's like,
damn, that's rare.
All right. He's like, I'm gonna film you on my phone and say the date and the time. And he's like holding up his phone, and he's like, what's your name, what's the date? And it made me pretty much be like, dude, I will not come back here. My name is blah blah blah. My name it's fucking blah blah. And sick. Then so I was like, fuck yeah, it's on. Because I think that when I was times before, I knew I was gonna get kicked out any second, so I was just like kind of frantic. But I knew I had an hour, and it was pretty much getting dark, dude. And like, man, there was like a lot of foot traffic, and there wasn't that many people watching for cars. It was just like, it was hectic, dude. And I was just like, had an hour, so I was just like, try. And then it was like getting real dark. And then I was like, dude, kind of had the come to moment. I was like, this is it. Like, this is it. There's no coming back. Like, there's no safety net in the back of your head. Like, sometimes, like, I feel like you're like, oh, I could come back. You know, like, I could. This time was just like, it's getting dark. The video was literally supposed to be turned into Thrasher yesterday. like this is it. Like, so
Wow.
I don't know. I just like got this like little spark of like motivation and a little extra adrenaline energy, I guess. And then yeah, just like kind of just like went somewhere and like started to grind them and started to grind them, and then I felt confident, like super confident. I was like, oh, I got this. Like just grind, like, you know, when you're just like not scared anymore, you're not thinking about the bad shit, you're not letting the weird things in the run up mess with you. It was like I was skating a skate park rail for like the last 10 minutes. I was like, oh yeah, it's on. Yeah, I remember just feeling it, boom, stick, and then it was just felt so effort. It was just, I remember the feeling of it, because all the other tries are so brutal, just like the slams and rolling down that hill. The ground was super rough, and like,
Yeah.
but then that try was just like a feather. I was like, what the fuck? And then my original plan was to take the hill switch. I even had went there a couple times and was practicing switch hill bombs, and like
Wow.
I was practicing like switch power slides, because I was like, okay, I know I need to get at least one good power slide in.
Mm-hmm.
And so I was like going to the hill on my sore days. I was going to the hill and just practicing switch power slides. Just so nerdy. But I was like, I gotta do it, dude. And then so yeah, it was my original plan, is to take the hill switch, and then I don't know what happened. It was just like natural instincts. Like I landed it, and I was like started to look at the hill, and I just like naturally just like and then I was like, all right, we are not falling down on this right now. Like, I'm gonna just whatever it takes to make it down this hill. And then yeah, ended up riding it out, and then it was a good feeling, man. I remember like just power sliding out, because like I couldn't take the second hill. There was just like no one watching down there, and I remember just like rolling down that hill, making it to safety, and then starting to roll down the second hill, and I just power slid out and like slid down the hill. I was like slow motion, like sliding down the hill on my back, and like for like 40 feet, but like just like smiling. I was so hyped. Just like can't believe it worked. And then it's like super weird when your life revolves around something, like every waking moment revolves around something, and then it's just done. Yeah.
So sick. So I remember I was gonna ask a follow-up if you didn't mention it, like about did you ever think about taking the hill switch? But I remember seeing a couple of comments of like, oh, he didn't take it switch, and I was like, yo, whoever commented that, I dare you to go drop in on that hill switch. That thing looks fucked.
I'll meet them there. I will happily. I will walk them through it. I will motivate them, dude. If that hill coming off that thing, maybe just the hill. Yeah, I mean, people are gnarly for sure. All those SF dudes, they could bomb that thing switch no problem. But just, dude, coming off of that rail just puts you in such another velocity of speed. You know, you're just like coming out thing cooking. But also, I was like, I'm not about to ride halfway down this hill and try and do a switch power slide.
Well, that's the thing.
Fall doing a switch power slide like a goober.
Bro.
And then I'm gonna and then like the clip's ruined. I was like, I did the trick. Fuck it.
I'm out of here.
I'm gonna make it to the bottom.
I already fully supported the power slide when I saw it, not knowing the backstory, but now hearing the backstory, there's no way you're risking that. Everything you'd went through, your body's done. The guy filming you last hour, like you got to secure the clip, man. You got to secure the clip.
Especially falling on a switch power slide that you've like been practicing how to do. Like it just felt so whack.
Bro, that's like you said, it's not even like a choice that you made. You just went to regular. You're like, this is how we're doing this.
No.
Like you didn't choose to do that. Yeah.
I'm not kidding. There wasn't like 1 second of thought process. It was just like I don't know. It was like someone threw a baseball at you. You're gonna like go like that. It was just like, like I'm getting out of here.
Oh, that was legendary. I would love to go look at that thing one day, just because I can only imagine how gnarly it is in person.
There's kind of a funny backstory with that rail. So like 2 weeks later, I'm done. I'm like, just
Tequila's flowing.
chilling, dude. I was like, I was like surfing. I was like, I'm chilling. I'm not even touching my skateboard, nothing. And then my fiance's best friend, she's like, friends of me. I'm friends with her too, but she was getting married in San Francisco and invited us up to attend the small courthouse wedding. So I was like, all right, this will be funny. Like, I'll drive back up there, just like, because I had been going there. Like, San Francisco was like just this like awful place for me for like a month. I was like, going back up to SF, like, fuck, I hope I get it, So I was like, oh, this will be nice, dude. I'm gonna go up there and have some drinks, maybe go get a nice dinner. And so I drive up there, and my fiance is telling me the directions. She has the hotel. She booked the hotel, so she knows where it's all at. I'm just like driving, looking around, like, oh, fuck it. I remember when I was stressing driving down this street, like, and then we started to get into the zone of the rail a little bit, and I was like, oh, it's funny. That rail that I've been coming up for is like in this neighborhood. She's like, oh, really weird, yeah. We're like creeping up on it. I'm like, what the fuck? There's no way. And then she's like, okay, yeah, it's just up here on the left. And I look at her, I was like, that's the fucking hotel that you booked? She's like, yeah, what? I'm like, that's the rail. That's the rail that I've been coming up to because it's a hotel. So the valet is like right there, like the whole time. I knew all the dudes. I knew the valet guy's name.
Shit.
Was like, because the valet guys were cool. They were down, but it was the manager who wasn't cool. So they would be like cool with me, and then they'd be like, oh yeah, she's not in today, or yeah, like, oh, she's on break, like you might be able to have some time. And I rolled up, his name's Rafi. I rolled up in my truck. I was smiling ear to ear. I was like pulled out. He like opened my door. He's like, hello, welcome to the Intercontinental. And he looked up and he was like, what are you doing here? I was like, Rafi, I'm staying here. He's like, you're fucking crazy, man. He's like, you are insane, because I've been like at it with this manager, like there's been some like kind of heated moments, like not so pretty moments between us, like trying to, but I mean, it all came to like an end. It was cool. He let me skate, but there was moments where we were arguing. It wasn't pretty. It was bad. And then, dude, I check into this hotel and I'm just looking for that dude. I'm like, I cannot wait to see this guy and like check into my room. I'm gonna like call down and be like, can you bring up some extra pillows? Like, I was ready to just milk it, And then I actually didn't end up seeing him, but it was just so funny. And then talk about a really weird full circle moment. I was like, checked into my room. Of course, I peer over the edge. The fucking rails right there. You can see it. And then I'm like, just like walking down and around the hotel. I'm like going to get a drink downstairs, like coffee in the morning, like breakfast. I'm like, this is so weird right now. Like, what am I doing in this hotel? Like, that I've been like just killing myself at for the past 2 months. But it was like a funny way to like celebrate landing the trick, I guess, without like thinking about it. Like, oh yeah, go stay in the hotel. Have a drink. Yeah, so that was pretty funny. But I was like totally random. Like, she had no idea. And then just out of all the hotels in SF, like, booked that one.
That's crazy.
Rafi.
So random.
That's awesome. Well, congrats again on an epic 2024, brother. Fucking should be proud.
Yeah, it feels good.
Okay, we got a couple stories. Do a little story time with Elijah. So let's see what you remember from these things.
I'm excited to hear who you talk to.
What happened in Hawaii with Curran and a hill bomb?
We're in Hawaii, dude. We're drinking. It's like beautiful. We're like Mai Tais, like all, we're and it was at the end of the trip too. Like, we had done a full filming trip, and then the last like 4 days of the trip we were just there chilling. But we were at these basketball courts with the homies, and like it's like full scene. Like, everyone's got like case of beers, people are skating flat, just chilling in these basketball courts. And we had been drinking like all day, and I was like sitting there for a while, putting some work on one of the cases, and all of a sudden, like, all the dudes get up and they're like, "Should we go to the top of like what's it called in bomb so and so? Like, it's pretty epic." And all the dudes are pretty gnarly. It's like that dude Shay from like GX1, like kid, like SF dude, and then Lucas Miller, like another super gnarly hill bomb kid. They're all like pretty gnarly hill bomb dudes, and I like know enough to, if they say it's fun, it's probably like pretty gnarly. But they're like, we're gonna go bomb the hill. I'm like, all right, sick. I like look around, like backpack, phone, blah, 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 and I like get up and I grab my board and I like go to throw down, and I just yard sale, like just eat shit, like so not capable of like bombing a hill. I couldn't even throw down, and I'm like sitting there like, whoa, and then like picking up my like water bottle, my phone, like, and then Kern just goes, "Yeah, you're sitting this one out," and like parked me. He like parked me. He was like, "Yeah, you're not coming. You're sitting this one out," and made me wait at the bottom of the hill for them while they went up the hill, and they all come down. Dude, it was so sick. I felt like such a loser. They all come down, and they're like all like, "You," like full like Point Break movie moment, and I'm just like sitting on the basketball court like, "Yeah, you get them, guys!" Like, and they're all just like power sliding, all sick, and like they're like, "Damn, that was so fun. We're gonna do it again." And I was like, "I'm gonna Uber back to the hotel. Like, I'll catch you guys." But yeah, I just I didn't know where I was at, so I stood up and then was quickly informed.
Sometimes standing up gives you an answer real quick.
What the reality was. Yeah. I would have died for sure.
What's the story behind the pirate ship in China?
We were just in China, dude, and like, I don't know. It's pretty. Sometimes can get a little, different there. Like it's like we're not really going out, like going to the bar. Like, you're in China. You end up kind of just doing random shit. But every night we would like go back to the hotel, and this hotel was like crazy. I don't know. It was like super like set design, like I want to say like a Disneyland, like they were going for like a Disneyland vibe, but pretty much there was this giant pool, like huge, like walk-in pool, like looked like a little lake, honestly. And just in the middle of this pool there was like a full-size pirate ship, like full wood pirate ship. It was pretty crazy. And so we kind of just saw that on the first night, and then kind of designated that as our like drinking zone for the rest of the trip. So every day after coming home from skating, we would all like buy as many beers as we possibly could, and then go up to the pirate ship and just get absolutely wasted on this pirate ship. And then like by the end of it, we were like talking in pirate, like like diving off the end of it, like just like being idiots. And then I remember finally they had enough of it, and they were like, "All right, like this is night 5 of this, dude. Like, you guys can't do this another night, dude." Like, and like they were being super polite about it. Like they were like, "Come on, like flashlights, you guys gotta go." And then so we're like almost out of the clear, and you had to trudge through the pool a little bit to get to the thing. So we would like hold our beer up like this and like walk through the pool, because it would like get kind of deep. So you'd be like walking through and like put all your stuff in the beer box, like your phone and speaker and stuff. And then so they kicked us out early on the last night. We didn't have a chance to finish all our brews. So we're like getting kicked out and walking back through the pool, and I think it was Dawn. Dawn was like about to get out of the pool, and it was like right at the security guard's feet. And he's like walking up the stairs to the pool, and it starts to get shallower and shallower. And then he's like almost out of the pool, and he's holding the beers like this, like. And then the bottom of the box, glass bottles, just gives out, and 10 beer bottles just like kind of fall on his head, like whoa, 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 and they just like boosh, 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 boosh. Literally, all of them break. Like,
damn.
All 10 bottles break in the shallow end of this pool, like for the hotel. And the dude just looks at us and was like, "Oh my god!" Like,
oh shit,
what the hell is wrong with you guys? And we're like, "Sorry, dude. Like, that is our bad." And then,
no shit,
yeah. Like,
then,
what do you even say? You're just like, I'm an idiot. Yes.
Yeah. We just like, there was a mutual understanding for the stupidity, and we were like,
bro, I'm getting hit in the head. Oh shit.
Yeah, it was just like, but the thing was, he was like 1 foot. He was like 1 foot away from safety. It was like the last moment it could fall, and it fell. But then the next day we like woke up and like poked our head out thinking we'd see like caution tape around the pool. Like, no, they handled it that night for sure. They like plucked all the glass. Or well, maybe, but yeah. So that's the pirate ship pool.
That was funny.
It's a fun one.
So what's next for Elijah, man? After such a big 2024, what's the plan now?
Well, I'm kind of missing it, honestly. So I'm hoping, I don't know that if I should say, but I will say, because hopefully it'll maybe like get things moving on it a little more. But we had just got done doing that hockey tour for the video that they just put out. We did like a little premiere trip for it, and it was just like fucking so sick. Like, hadn't done that in a while, like premiering video around the skate shops like that. So everyone was super fired up at the end of that, and then Abe kind of threw out there like, all right, FA videos next. So like, get that. So right when he said that, I was like, oof. Like, I was like, I came home, just like got straight back into my kind of like video part routine, and then yeah, so I've been filming for like the past couple months. I mean, I've been skating like all year, but I feel like it's just all the footage has been I'm like, I'm not trying to save anything, so it's like, then this edit here or this edit here, or put it on Instagram for like a board release or some shit. But now I'm like, all right, like there's something to, you know, something to work towards. So I've like past like month or two, I've definitely been like getting back into that zone and like going out and like trying tricks and shit, and like getting photos, like, you know, trying to just jumpstart that. So that's kind of what I'm focused on right now, is just diving into that. Well, I don't really have much info on it, but hopefully.
That's awesome. I feel like the team's changed a bit the last couple of years. Like, it'd be sick to have a full team and just like remind the people what's popping.
Yeah, just a little refresh button on like what's going on over there. But just, man, it's so sick. There's nothing like, because the past couple of videos I've done are just like either solo part or like maybe me and Gilbert, or I did one me and Kyle. Like, I haven't done a full team video since fucking Propeller. So it's like,
wow, shoot, they're few and far between now.
Yeah, I know, but I mean, that hockey video that just came out was so sick, and like, I have no problem watching that start to finish, you know. Hopefully we can put something together like that. I mean, I know everyone's like more than capable of doing it. Like, Louis probably has 3 parts right now, you know, like Jake and Curran, like they can get some shit done for sure. So I think Abe's like, before he just coming over some shoulder surgery, but like he was ripping before that too. And I think that hockey video kind of sparked everyone and was like, all right, like our turn, you know, like let's fucking make something. So hopefully we could get that going.
Fuck yeah, would love to see that.
Yeah.
Okay, good luck. Fucking Jake, We need that full part, man. Curran just put out a banging part. Jake, where you
I
at?
know where you at, Jake. I've seen him. He's been in the gym. He said he's been in the gym and out skating and stuff. So I think he's trying to lock in too, which is sick. Because hopefully everyone like it's all about like getting everyone to lock in at the same time. But once everyone is like, it's sick to go off of each other's energy and be like go on trips and like kind of know what so and so's stacking or like what they just got on a trip or what so you're just like, oh fuck, I want to get some too, so
Yeah. Hell yeah. All right, well, good luck with that. I feel like the skate world would
Appreciate it.
love to see that.
Oh,
yeah man, it would be fun to do.
I feel the heat from here.
Yo, it's Rapid Fire with the Ghost, and this week we're honored to be brought to you by none other than Venture Trucks. Venture just dropped their Fall 2 line featuring Kaikishi's first ever pro truck. It's a polished Pro V hollow with dark blue bushings, premium grade hollow kingpin and axles, and is available in 5.2 low and 5.6. Did you see his part that just dropped on the Venture YouTube? I think we're going to need Kai on the show to go behind the scenes on some of those NBDs. Pick up his trucks at Blue Tile SC, Kinetic, Exodus in the US, and at Good News, Rumor, and Shreds in Canada. All right, G, I don't remember your answers from 8 years ago, but we'll close out with a little rapid fire. You ready?
Oh shit, yeah, let's go. Oh wait, hold on. Gotta lock in. Let's go. Hit me.
Favorite skater?
Shit, man. Ave.
Favorite video?
The anti-hero video where they go to Australia and New Zealand.
Favorite video part?
Man, maybe Heath Kirchar Alien Workshop. The
Minefield.
Honestly.
Can't go
Yeah.
wrong. Favorite style?
Favorite style. Maybe Simon. Bonner up.
Oh shit, sick. Which skater had the biggest influence on the way you skate?
I don't know, man. I feel like I want to skate like all my favorite skaters, but I just don't. It doesn't look like that, so
Yeah.
I don't know. But Abe's pretty influential. Yeah.
Hell yeah. Most talented skateboarder on planet Earth?
My God. Probably a shot.
Hell yeah. Favorite trick?
Nose grinds. Over crooks. Whatever you want to call them.
Hardest trick for you?
Dude, I don't think I've ever completed one, but like a nollie or a switch inward heel. I've tried
Ooh.
so hard.
Tough.
Can't even form it. Yeah.
Damn. Most illegal trick?
Feebles?
Yeah,
Like
you-
a backside feeble. Even though I was a connoisseur of the feeble.
yeah, I was
But
gonna say,
it's
I
hard
swear
to-
I just saw you feeble up a fucking handicap ramp like to the top, pop out.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not saying I'm not guilty.
You're over him now, huh?
You're over them now, though.
They just like, yeah, I guess. Like, I don't know. I'd rather see a 50 than a feeble. Honestly.
Fair.
Unless it's a curved ledge, though. I don't know. Like, there's a curved ledge. There's some exceptions, but yeah.
Yeah, I've been hearing that like Carlos Ribeiro is giving me a hard time for like Smith grinds or like feebles. He's like, just do a fucking front or back 5-0.
Oh, see, I like frontside Smiths,
Me too.
but
Me
backside
too.
feeble is different.
But
Yeah.
Feeble's the lamest. If you're gonna like eliminate front Smith, back Smith, front feeb, back feeb, of course Feeble's the weak link. But favorite clip you've ever gotten?
It's usually just the last one that I got because you're the most hyped on it. But I guess we'll go with that 180 fakie 5 just because of the whole backstory, trying to relearn it, fucking the battle. That one
Hell
was
yeah.
pretty sick to come conquer.
What's the worst trend you've been a part of?
Instagram.
Oh, good answer.
Real shit. Gnarliest trick you've ever witnessed?
Fuck. I've seen some shit, dude. Dude, I don't know. Kyle's big Kinker 50 always sticks out. Pretty gnarly. That was pretty insane to watch live. Damn, man. Yeah, let's go with the Kyle 50.
Hell yeah. What's the one trick that got away?
Dude, I tried to go on this last video part. Went to Atlanta for a week. First spot of the trip. Tried to half cab crook 270 this rail, and it was getting super close, and then didn't get it. Went back the next day. Didn't get it. Went back the next day. Went 4 days in a row. Didn't get it.
Damn.
We were supposed to go to Florida. We're gonna go to the next city on the 5th day. So on the 4th day, I was like, all right, like this is the last day, whatever. Didn't get it. Drive to Florida. We're driving to Florida, Tallahassee, and they're getting all these like hurricane notices. And then we pull up to we're like, it's probably whatever. And then we pull up, and Tallahassee is just like straight leveled, like.
Oh.
Fucked
Damn.
up, like power lines down, trees down, like all the electricity out, fucking people hunkering around a fucking generator in the lobby of the hotel that we were going to. And then we were like, dude, we're not fucking skating here, like this is fucked, like there's down power lines everywhere. So we drove back to Atlanta for the last 3 days of the trip, and I tried the trick 3 more days in a row, and I didn't get it, and then we just flew home. So I tried
Damn.
seven
Fuck.
times, and then
right
didn't
there.
get it, and then just flew home with nothing, not one trick.
Oh,
That's insane.
fuck. That's the Trevor Colden right
That's
there,
a
man.
battle.
I feel like he did the first one that I remember.
Similar?
Maybe. Like, no,
Oh,
I
yeah,
don't know
all
the
the way
spot, but
around?
just, yeah.
Oh yeah, I kind of like recently learned that trick, which is kind of rare, you know, to like learn a new trick at this point. But yeah, I was determined. But no, maybe next one. Maybe next one.
Yeah, hopefully we'll see one in your next part.
8th time's a charm.
Yeah. I mean, it could be a different spot, but that would be
Yeah,
sick to
sure.
go get that.
Yeah.
What's the biggest bunt you've ever witnessed?
What do you mean?
Like when a homie fucking claims a trick and just doesn't come close, like flails down some stairs or
mean,
some shit.
This is not in a bad way, but I feel like all the time Stevie Perez would always call shit out on trips, and then he would just like he would get too big, dude. He would just get to the spot and like kind of peer his head out of it and be like, no, or some shit, you know. But I feel like that always used to happen. That was so funny.
That's funny because I felt like he was. I would never would have guessed that. Like his pretty sweet part was next level. He doesn't seem like a bunter,
Yeah.
but that's funny.
No. I don't want to throw him under the bus. I don't know why that was the first thing that came to my mind. I just pictured him like being like, oh yeah, I'm down to check that, and then get there and be like, just can't even get out of the van.
That's chill, Stevie. It's all good. What's the last new trick you learned?
Front crooks.
Ooh,
Yeah,
nice
me and
one.
Diego were, we were in Paris at, I forget what the plaza is, but there's this nice long ledge, and me and him were both like, just kind of posing him at first, just like messing around, and then we both started to kind of get into him, and then by the end of it, we were like, fully like, locking him up and like, front crooked like this whole ledge. Me and him both did it, and we were kind of.
Oh yeah, that's a good day.
Hell
Yeah, I can front crook now, like, but I haven't filmed one, but I've been throwing them out just to make sure that wasn't a full fluke.
Is it Republic? It's like the big three?
Yeah, Republic.
It's like the long three stairs.
Yeah,
front crook across that serious.
Yeah.
That's long as hell. Yeah.
We were feeling dope about it for sure.
On your Malto shit.
Especially because we both learned it. Yeah.
Dream job after skating.
Professional surfer. No, I'm just kidding. No, like a realistic.
No, dream, man. You could be surfer.
Yeah.
It could be realistic,
Yeah,
but
dude.
it could be.
I want to surf. Yeah, I
That's
just
fire.
want to travel and surf.
Let's
Yeah.
go. Favorite local brand.
Caviar Wax coming to you soon.
Sick.
Keep an eye out.
Favorite local skater.
Bennett Harada, crazy random one. This local Santa Monica dude I've known for my whole life. He's still out there shredding somewhere.
That's what's
Hell
up.
yeah.
Sick dude.
What's the one sponsor you regret riding for?
Fuck, dude. I got denied by the only one I would say.
Sugar?
Yeah, you can give it to them.
Yeah.
Yeah. All
Let's
good.
give it to Sugar just on yeah, everyone else was tight.
On some petty shit 20 years later.
He blessed you though. He did you a favor.
He did. I dodged a bullet.
Yeah.
Favorite teammate ever?
Brandon Beeble.
Let's go.
Love that.
Legend. Worst teammate ever?
Oh, Dustin Dolan. Fucker.
Oh,
the FA
shit.
squad comes for
Well,
Dustin.
no, like I'd say that was like a 8, like a maybe like 20% of the time. The other 80% you'd be like, I fucking love this guy, and then that 20% though really ate into that 80. But we all have friends like that. I feel like.
For sure. Worst company?
God, I feel like there's a lot probably right now. Worst company.
I know last time you did them, fucking all the tequila had hit you last time. You were just firing off crazy shit.
Last
I don't
time
remember what
you
you
were
said.
fucking-
but-
Vince McMahon, bro, you like kicked the chair off the stage, fucking pushed us out of the way, and just went solo.
Caught me at a different time, man. Went solo act.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Trust me, I feel
can't
you.
think of one.
It's hard. Okay, we'll come back to that one. Worst trend?
Worst trend. People over fucking a certain age dyeing their hair a color. I don't know why. It's like, just give it up, bro.
That's wicked.
You're done.
The ship has
Like
sailed, man.
to hide grays or to like have a crazy color?
Can't be having like pink or blue hair with
Okay.
like a teenage daughter, dude. You know, like set an example.
Bro, this is a specific person
know.
you're attacking right now. I don't know if
No,
we'll get the real
There's
answer.
a couple.
Yeah.
There's a couple. I don't know, dude.
shit.
I don't know. These are hard questions. We'll go with that one.
Worst style?
Worst style. Fuck, dude. I forgot you guys do this. I should have been more prepared. Worst style. Bro, this is fucked up.
Oh fuck! I should have listened to your answers from before because I swear on this one you went crazy
Yeah,
on
we should
someone.
have brought it up.
You had like a beef.
Really?
So, fuck, who was it? Yeah, I can't remember who it was, but it was like
man.
I remember you gave it to someone.
Yeah.
Oh my god, I don't know. Someone from the Disorder video, fuck it. Any one of those guys in the any one of those guys in the middle.
Oh
Yeah.
god,
That's epic.
that's even harsher than
Yeah,
dropping
you
a
guys
name.
made me. Well, yeah, because they're like, wait, was it me? I don't know. I don't know, dude. Fuck. It was. Yeah, fuck it.
Who's okay?
Keep
Last but
going.
not
What do you
least,
got?
last but not least, Elijah, we love you. Who's the last person you want on the sesh?
Jeremy Rogers.
Oh,
How about that?
oh. Hey, was he still on when you got on?
No, but Jeremy Rogers, and I want to say this because there's no good answer for this, but I'm gonna go with Jeremy because the last time I was with him was on King of the Road, and we're on stage doing all the answers, and we were all laughing, and he thought we were laughing at him, and then he like was trying to like fight the whole team. He wanted to like fight the whole team on stage in front of like it was crazy. And
Was he like your special
I spent like
guest?
a week with him on King of the Road, so yeah, he was a fucking psychopath, dude.
Yeah.
So yeah, let's go with Jeremy Rogers.
Yeah.
Epic.
That'll
That
do it,
dude's
man.
crazy.
You earned it. See, if I thought you were gonna hit the Jeremy Rogers line.
Oh, his famous line that I love.
Jay Casanova.
Life's short, midgets are shorter. That's a J Raj line right there.
Oh fuck, maybe I like him. I don't know. I can't tell.
That's
The
crazy.
people that I like dislike probably might end up being entertaining on the sesh.
Okay, and then did anything come to mind for worst company?
Worst company.
Oh, Jay Casanova.
Worst company. Kariuma.
Bro, why'd you throw the peace sign up? Because you're out of here? You're done?
Because I'm dropping the mic, dude. I'm fucking over
He's
it.
like, yo, I'm
You
done
guys
with
are
y'all.
just making me dig my own grave. Dig my own grave.
Yeah, it's
I
like, yo,
don't know.
peace.
Fuck. Kariuma, where skaters go to die.
Okay,
Oh.
sorry, Donald.
Jeez.
Do your thing.
All right, Elijah came
Wait,
through.
so who did
you
we
got
even
more?
settle? Yeah. Go ahead.
No,
No. I just
You got
kind of blacked out right
Kariuma.
now. I'm like, who did we?
Kariuma was the worst
Who's the
company.
shit? Who am I gonna have to live with?
Kariuma,
Jeremy Rogers on the
Jeremy
session.
Rogers, and then someone in the middle of the Disorder video.
Yeah, that's chill. Just chill.
Dude,
That was
those
actually
guys. That's
epic.
those guys' big break, but fuck it. Yeah, it's all good.
Yeah, that's chill. We
It's
good?
all good. I said
We
what
see
I
you.
said.
All right, Elijah, man, thank you for coming through round 2 inside Studio E. Appreciate you, man. Killed it.
Fuck yeah. Thanks for having me back, man. It's good to be back.
You've got mail.
Welcome back to the post office, brought to you by our good friends over at Dickey's Skateboarding. Quality workwear since 1922. From the work site to the streets, ain't nobody keep you fitted like Dickey's, man. All right, Ghost, another edition of the post office. Who we got up first?
All right, from Norby Guerrero, short and sweet, just the way I like it. Yo, Dono, have you ever thrown hands in your hockey league?
Nah, not much fighting going on in the hockey league. Lots of pushing, lots of name calling, some rough stuff, but not really many fights. It's a league of gentlemen, you know. Our boy Dave Woodley got jumped by a whole team last year. That was the last time there was an actual fight, but that definitely doesn't happen on the weekly. But I did get roughed up a little bit last week, man. This little bastard surprised me. Hit me right in the head. That's hockey.
You didn't swing back, man?
Dude, he knocked me over. I didn't even expect it. So I fell over, and then I grabbed his jersey and pulled him down with me. Ripped off his chain in the process, so I felt terrible about that. Even though he hit me, I know that shit sucks. So, and then yeah, that was it. Everyone jumped in, and nothing really happens. Actual fists is rare in men's league. Like people punch with their gloves on and their helmets and shit like that, but fists is rare, man.
I'll never understand that side of it, but Glad fists aren't flying over there, I guess.
Yeah, it's good, man. Nobody needs to fight at Friday at 11 p.m. in a league you pay for, you know? Seems fucked.
Yeah.
All right, next up, we've got an email from Samuel Carlin Jr. What's up, Bunt boys? It's MAS1. Been a few seasons since I've wrote into the post office. Y'all are still killing the game. So cool to see the evolution, G's. YouTube is blessed to have you. I haven't heard all your prior post offices this season yet, but hopefully nobody has written in talking about fantasy football. How's your guys' league going this season? Who's in first? Who's in last? Who's got all the injured players? I'm always curious about who all plays in your main league. Any pros or rippers the listeners may know. Anyways, keep killing it, G's. Big shout out to all the IE rippers still putting it down young and old. 909 up, baby. Still. Whew, that was a lot to handle. I think the league we talk about most has got to be the league with all the Cali homies, yeah? That's the most recognizable one. And there's some rippers in there, I'd say that.
Yeah, it's weird. Like the league I checked first, still most important is the biggest buy-in one, but that league's the most dead as far as group chat and vibes. And then the one that like listeners would probably be most curious about is the other league with I think we went over it, but I could just rifle off everyone in it again. I've actually got, well, it's not looking too good. If you play fantasy football, I've got Brian Thomas Jr. and I need 13.3 non-PPR points from BTJ tonight.
I think he's coming around. He's coming around this week.
If I can get a touchdown tonight, but right now in first place, Jake Anderson, who mid-draft started crying and bitching, saying he wanted his money back. And he's got like a deadly team. I think he's got most points for as well.
He's killing it.
Second place, the most frustrating, Atiba, aka the homie who barely knows what's going on. But like, I laughed at his draft because I think he went Puka and then Lamar Jackson with his first 2 picks, and I was like, what the fuck? And of course, Puka's off to some historic shit.
Might be the best
other than
in fantasy.
Yeah, Lamar was QB1 before getting hurt, so he's undefeated on the season. Costin's in third place. His team is fucking insane. He didn't even have a fucking cute running back 2, and for some reason he already had Dowdle, so he just slotted him in there. 30 points from him, 30 points from Jonathan Taylor. He's got Nico Collins, Jackson Smith and Jigba, Josh Allen, Dalton Kincaid. Like, he's just shit. He just traded for fucking Marvin Harrison Jr. and didn't even play him. Anyways, he's got one of the scarier teams. Then we've got in fourth place Jesse Alba, backshot extraordinaire. And then we've got Tim Fulton in fifth, fucking Mason in sixth. I'm in seventh. Davis in eighth. Mike Moe in ninth. Sean Malto in 10th. Nicole House in 11th, and Donovan at 0-5. Well, it's 0-4
one of those
here,
seasons, man.
When it's updated tomorrow, 0-5 and the least points for. Pretty pathetic.
It rains and pours
so far. Well, let's go over your roster so that people understand. Drake May, great pick, but then non-PPR.
No, I had
Donald Jefferson and Drake London with his first 2 picks, which was always risky. Trey Tucker. Holy shit. You're starting Jaden Higgins and Trey Tucker. Travion Henderson at RB1. Ja'Cory Krosky-Merritt, nice, at RB2. Kelsey, RJ Harvey. Yo, all the fucking rookies that suck so far.
I put a lot of faith in them, man.
Detroit defense. Ricky Pierce all on the bench. Drake London bye week. Yeah, this team is fucked. Aaron Jones on IR. It's going to take a lot for you to get out of last. Actually, Nicole's team
getting out of last is going to be no problem, man.
Making the playoffs,
the season's
top
over.
6 in this league.
Yeah, the season is essentially over. But, yeah, looking back, the Justin Jefferson pick, I thought more of J.J. McCarthy. I thought that they would, have some better luck. I thought Joe Burrow was going to be MVP of the league. He lasted, 2 weeks? Didn't believe in Dobbins in Denver, so RJ Harvey was hopefully going to have the lion's share of the opportunities. J.K.
That could
Dobbins
still
looks
happen.
better than he's ever been.
But
And
he always
then
gets hurt, man. It's only a matter of time. Not that I'm wishing.
Travion, like same thing in New England. You know, Ramondre's been playing good. And yeah, that's the first 5 picks just ruined. Drake London, I thought would be Puka. I honestly thought he was going to be vault into the top 3 in wide receivers. So this league,
Antonio Gibson tore his ACL, so Travion still has hope. But the Ramondre love affair over there, even with the fumbles, makes it
just
so
won't end,
infuriating.
man. Just won't end. Yeah,
What was the
Tale of
question
bad
again?
matchups.
You got
so
sidetracked.
far. No, that you basically answered it. It's just all about the league.
Yeah. Who's got all the injured players? Man, everyone. They're spread out. It's been a hectic season, man, for injuries so far. Especially last week, there was so many epic like waiver wire guys to scoop up. Michael Carter had a big game.
Dude, the crazy shit was
touchdown.
Woody Marks. He takes over, and then you come back this week, and they give the ball back to Nick Chubb, and he turns back.
Did you pay up for him somewhere? Yo, I
got
like,
him one
Russ-
league. I tried to pay in all 3, to be honest with you.
You got him in one?
Yeah, in our second league, yeah.
Money league?
They're like friends.
Yeah,
No, like the friends and family league. And then even though there's no family.
Oh, no, Russ got him there for $150, bro. That's what I was going to roast his
I don't even
ass.
know where I got him.
Yo,
Man. I mean,
Russ
he might
won
be in this league.
the league I've been in the longest, the first, it's like 10 or 11 years now. Russ Milligan's won it 3 times, and I just pray for his downfall every year. And I think he might be in last or second last, so I'm loving seeing it. And we have a $200 budget, and he just dropped $150 on Woody Marks. So I'm just loving it, man. I gotta win that fucking league one of these years.
That's the hardest one to win, man. We've been close over and over and over. It's the hardest playoffs to get through. Like there's always something goes wrong in the playoffs, and it's always the same people that win that league. I got tip my cap to Ants one, dude. Hell of a fantasy player.
He really is consistent every year. You always know he's gonna have like a top. Except that one year he won with Todd Gurley, man. His team wasn't even good, and Todd Gurley just kept falling into the end zone when his knees were shot. That was fucking
that was savage.
crazy. And then Russ sneaking into the playoffs last year and then winning it all, beating like Lamar and Saquon.
He should have lost
when
last year.
He streamed Flacco that week. Fantasy's so annoying. Okay, fuck. We should move on.
All right, next question. We have a voice note from Michael Arwia. Let's take a listen.
What's up, Seifan and Dono? It's Michel here again from Switzerland. Just to clarify, yes, the Swiss might be neutral, but I'm Italian and I'm far from being neutral. I wanted to shout out a good friend of mine, Wolfie, who recently opened up a skateboard shop around my region, with the last one closing in the beginning of the year. It's nice to see people still keeping the stoke alive. And listeners, go support your local store. I understand if you're living outside in the boonies that buying online might be easier, but trust me when I say this, that you can go into your local store and ask if they could order specific stuff, especially if you are a returning customer. I'm sure that they are willing to help out with trying to get what you're looking for, since they already have all the connects with the distributors and etc. Another one I wanted to shout out is Ants One Behind the Scene, or aka Kwu. I hope I pronounced that correctly. I've been bumping some of his music this summer, and Freaks has definitely been on loop this summer. And yeah, that's everything. As I said in my last message, guys, keep it up. Much respect to what you do for the community, and have a good one.
Yeah, wicked voice note right there. He ain't neutral. I like that follow-up.
Massive
Yo,
email, man. Definitely
Is that our boy
support the
Wolfie?
local shops. Whenever I hear Wolfade, that's my first thing. But I think there's two Wolfades out there, so can't say for sure. But if it is,
many.
when I hope, yeah. Well, I hope so. Yeah, definitely support your local shop. We've been blessed here in Toronto to always have multiple, local shops. So definitely got to do what you can do to keep the shops alive, because it ain't easy.
Yeah, I would love to shout out the shop. I don't think he mentioned the name of it, but I just checked our boy John Wolf's Instagram. There's no shop mention or link to another shop profile or website or anything. So probably not him, but just in case, shout out Wolf either way. And shout out to, all local shops, man. It ain't easy. And we respect the grind for sure. Keeping the communities.
What was your first local shop?
Well, I'd just go with Esner at Shred.
Yeah,
I didn't really go to one around me. I didn't know what was popping. I can't even think of one that was like my first complete that my mom bought me for my birthday was from Shred. So I consider that my first shop.
That was an epic one. Yeah.
Sick. What about you?
I went to Hogtown on the Danforth. There used to be one on Danforth, like east of Victoria Park, long ass time ago. Old head there, Chris McCarthy, used to bless us with his old boards at a discounted price, which was epic. And then from after that, it was Perception. From there on out, Glenn and Greg at Perception, fucking killed
Far
it.
As hell.
Got a park built.
None of us had one real close.
No. Well, Hogtown would have been so close to us if it lasted longer. There's a pharmacy in Danforth.
Yeah, true. And then what, did they just move it downtown? Was that what happened?
They had two locations and then they closed it. Yeah, not much love on the Danforth out there.
Yeah. Shout out for the follow-up from Switzerland, man. All right, next up, we got a voice note from Austin Flowers.
Yo, y'all, what's good? Fucking Austin coming at you from Dieball, Texas. Listen, I got some shit to get off my chest. It's not about skateboarding, not today. Today's Sunday, so you know what that means. It's fucking game day. I'm a Cowboys fan, a huge Cowboys fan. My son is even named Dallas. I fucking love the Cowboys, but what I don't understand is the unnecessary amount of hate that the Cowboys get. They get so fucking much hate for almost no other reason other than I think it's just cool to fucking hate. I see the same trend in skateboarding. Fucking it's just cool to hate on something just to be cool with the crowd, I guess. I'm not too sure. But the Cowboys have 5 Super Bowls for a fucking reason, and I don't give a shit if it was in the 90s. We coming for that dub. We coming for that big game. But anyway, I just wanted to know if you guys actually have a team that you hate for no reason. Like, for example, I actually fucking hate the Miami Dolphins for no reason at all. I just fucking hate them. I fucking hate that they live in Miami. I hate that it is always fucking good weather there. I fucking hate it. I think I just hate it because the scene in Texas sucks a lot, but, it's whatever. But yeah, I hope you guys are doing good. Fucking ciao. Oh, and don't you dare touch that dial. More Bunt coming at you now. You dig?
Oh, shit. I think he just put his hat in because he's trying to get a clip. Ants, I might have to send that to you. You can clip that. Maybe there's a place for it in the future if we were doing radio or something.
That was diabolical. I
love that.
Love that. And I feel this pain as a fan of the Toronto Maple Leafs. People hate us for no reason. The Cowboys are a delusional fan base. This is why we get the hate. But it's just one thing that it's become known that literally everybody, if you don't cheer for the Cowboys, you hate them. There's no in between. You either love them or you hate them. There's nobody who's just like, oh, the Jacksonville Jaguars, Yeah, I don't really care about them. It's not like that for Dallas. They hate him. And most of the reason, I think, is Jerry Jones, man. He's holding them back for years after year, and I don't think it's going to change.
Couldn't agree more, man. Jerry Jones, what a fucking joke thing. I just looked at all 32 teams to see if there's anyone I hate for no reason, and I actually, I don't hate the Cardinals, but there's just something about them that I've never really rooted for them. It's just, I don't know, man. Something about Kyler. There's just something about them, the coach, everything. But I don't hate them. It's just like, whatever. The two teams I hate are the San Francisco 49ers and the Buffalo Bills.
Same deal as Dallas. That's the same thing as Dallas like for San Francisco.
Well,
like if you don't cheer for them, you hate them.
Yeah, San Francisco. The Bills, I feel like not as much. But as far as Dallas goes, man, I have a soft spot for Dallas, and I have for quite some time now. I've mentioned it before, but I drafted CeeDee Lamb as a rookie, and he's been my keeper ever since. So I'm locked into Dallas games week by week, and I actually feel bad for them, and I want them to succeed despite Jerry Jones, who just gets in their way all the time. Like every offseason, it's drama coming into the season with not signing players. I mean, I was surprised they actually traded Parsons this year, because usually he does the whole thing of like not paying until the last minute and then overpays, resets the market. Mm-hmm. Like it's clockwork usually, but this year they actually made a trade. And as much as Jerry Jones is whack as hell, I do like to see Dak and CD, and it's cool seeing the resurgence of Javonte. But yeah, I like the Cowboys. They're entertaining. They usually get in their own way at some point. Stephen A always gets the last laugh. But I don't think this is their year.
I like the Cowboys too.
Yeah,
this is most definitely
Cowboys
not their hat. Yeah, I got a Cowboys hat. I like Dak too. They just can't win the big games sometimes. But why do you hate San Francisco?
I'm trying to remember the origin of it, but I think it started because I've been on this Chiefs wagon for years, and right in the middle of the dynasty popping, the 49ers were like the main fear factor, and they just beat a lot of teams that I just rooted against them naturally, and a lot of times, like I always wanted them to lose to the Packers or the Cowboys or whoever, and they just beat all the teams that, you know, when you're just kind of a little indifferent, but you end up rooting for someone. They just kept being the team I rooted against. The one year I liked them, it was my second year playing fantasy, I think, and I had Jimmy G and that really fast dude, I'm forgetting his name now, as my stack, and then Russ beat me in round one, and I was livid.
Fast dude on the 49ers?
Yeah, he kind of bounced around after, but he was like the fastest guy in the league for a second. Not a great receiver, but just one of those speed demons. And like they just whatever. That was my second year watching football. I was like, come on, I was just rooting for fantasy, but I don't like the 49ers, man.
And
so
why the Bills?
To witness them.
Explain the Bills. The Bills hate.
I used to be indifferent. I don't like Josh Allen. I never have.
Yeah, that's it. I don't really hate any team. I actually enjoy watching all of them. I've pretty much grown into Bills versus Ravens. Not hate, but the rivalry makes me like always cheer against the Ravens. So if there was one team that I cheered against, it would probably be the Ravens. Although I do like Lamar, I just hate the coach now because I feel like the coach is the one holding them back in all of these scenarios. And Lamar's probably been
think you have a problem with the Ravens.
The best coach or the best quarterback since he's been in the fucking league. He's been absolutely incredible. He just can't get over the hump. No, but like whenever it's a big game, Bills versus Ravens, it's me versus you and Mason in the group chat. So it's made me hate the Ravens. Not hate the Ravens, but like
I know. I just think you and Mason's side beef has like made you hate the Ravens more, and you're ongoing like dissing Lamar. And
he's a representative. he's a representative of the Ravens. So now that's
Yeah. But if it
how it
was
began.
Ravens against like Eagles in the Super Bowl, who
that's,
are you
I
rooting
kind of
for?
like the Eagles. Oh, I don't know. I think I would just watch that as a fan and see how the game went, and then it would decide who I cheer for. But I do
Bro,
want to see
I would
Lamar win.
way rather
Not
see-
before Josh.
Exactly.
I want
No,
Josh.
that's why
to
I
win
said
first.
Eagles, man.
People, I kind of like the Eagles. The Eagles get a lot of hate too. I don't know.
They're just boring. I don't
One
hate
question.
them, but
This is going to be a rundown question, but because we're talking teams now, I'll just thought about this on the drive home from work today. If you were a free agent GM, like top flight free agent, like maybe you were the best offensive coordinator last year going into the offseason, knowing you were going to get a head coaching job, and the vacancies were the Miami Dolphins, the New York Jets, the Cleveland Browns, and the Arizona Cardinals. Which job would you want most and which least?
damn, probably the Browns, because if they just get a quarterback, they could be elite right away. And least, I'm not doing it the Stephen A way where it's like about like temperature and shit. I might say
I thought you
Dolphins
were going to go Miami.
least.
Because that team
Actually,
is
the
fucked.
Jets are
They're actually
joke
fucked.
too, though.
The Jets are
know.
cursed. That's not even a joke. But, yeah. Oh, well. Next question. What do we got? We have
Last one of the week, voice note.
from... Oh, you're up.
Joseph Ferrer. Sorry, probably butchered that.
Hey guys, Joseph here. Longtime listener, first time post office. A few weeks ago, your buddy Mitch posed a very interesting question about spot aesthetics and what makes a spot look good on film. But for some reason, my hometown of Barcelona caught astray, with him saying, I don't want to look like Barcelona in a negative way. And I'm wondering, when did Barcelona become the poster child for shitty looking spots? We're talking about one of the most aesthetic cities on the planet, the richest history of architecture going back millennia to tons of modern granite plazas. Listen, it can't all be North American downtowns and cellar doors, as much as we all love that. I think you open up your mind a little and branch out, you'll find Barcelona's full of some very nice looking spots. So my question to you is, have you been to Barcelona? If so, do you have any good stories from then? Maybe any crazy things that went down? What are your thoughts on my opinion, Mitch's opinion, on how Barcelona looks on film? I will say, I'm not trying to see footage from Magba, Parallel, Sans, but if you explore a little, you're going to find that Barcelona has a lot of really good looking spots, and a lot of interesting architecture, a lot of unique areas. Anyway, everyone's entitled to their opinion. I'm fine with that. Love the show. Please keep it going. You know I will be listening. Still.
Yo, mad respect, Joseph. Who said Barcelona had ugly spots? Mitch?
No, I referenced a quote that Bobby said when we were skating HTO. And I said something along the lines of to Bobby, I was like, yo, do you want to film something here? And he said something like, no, this spot looks like Barcelona. And I said, why is that a bad thing? And that's when he said that he just doesn't like the look of Barcelona. So
Yeah, fair
came from
enough.
like the
But,
harshest
yeah,
critic
Joseph.
of all time.
Exactly. I wouldn't get bent out of shape. Bobby's a tough critic, as tough as they come. So, but yeah, I agree. Barcelona has a lot of great looking spots. Just there's also some that don't look great, but it's the same as any city. I don't think it's particularly amazing or particularly bad. Just got to be careful with the spot selection if you're about that aesthetic shit.
And it's also a city that's been absolutely destroyed. Those spots you said, like Makba and Sans and Parallel, have been, beaten and battered for the last 20 years. But we have been to Barcelona. We went together, and I went once before that. I had a great time when I was there. Some of the best food I've ever had in my life, man.
Yeah, good times. No crazy stories that come to mind, but I would go back. I feel like we didn't have enough time to see like all the epic spots, and I felt like some of the spots we chose weren't the best, so it wasn't the best first trip as far as like skating, but I would definitely go back.
Yeah, it's where we met our boy Wolfie. This post office just came full circle. All right, y'all. That's going to wrap up the post office for this week. Get your emails and voice notes into the buntlive@gmail.com. This is The Rundown, the Skateboard World source for sports, brought to you by NFL Canada, and you know exactly where we're starting. In the post office, I posed a question to you about becoming a free agent GM, and now I have another question similar. If I had have told you in the offseason these three scenarios, which one would have seemed more likely? The Ravens start at 1-4, Mac Jones, starting quarterback for the 49ers, 3-0, or Daniel Jones in the MVP convo and 4-1 on the season?
Well, the injury stuff, that's kind of like, that doesn't even count because that's too unpredictable. But I would say Daniel Jones is kind of more surprising. The Ravens is shocking, but you know.
No, I said which one is most likely.
Oh,
so
most
like
likely?
opposite scenario, yeah.
Oh, most likely. I don't know. Just reverse, I guess.
I mean, I think people were worried about the Ravens schedule, to be honest. They were worried about
Ravens, least surprising of the three.
And then the other two is the dicey one. What would you believe more? Mac Jones 3-0 or Daniel Jones 4-1 in the MVP combo?
Mac Jones 3-0 is easier to believe. They wanted to draft him to begin with. They turned Mr. Irrelevant into a star and just gave him a fat contract. So him taking someone that they've liked since the draft and having a good record is not that surprising. Daniel Jones and how the Colts have played is the most shocking because they should be 5-0. They blew
shocked the world.
The Rams.
They absolutely are shocking the world right now. Moving forward, you go back to Purdy or you let Mac Jones do his thing?
I think you got to go back to
Purdy?
Yeah, they just paid him a mega deal.
Bro, the conversations in that front office must just be awful right now.
Bro, what they need to do is not even worry about the QB, is fucking get a new medical staff, fire everyone, and start over. This is 2 years of injury hell for that team. It's crazy.
Yeah, but I don't know if that's preventable.
I mean, look at the same thing with the New Orleans Pelicans, man. There's certain franchises that it's every year, man. Maybe you just got to pull the plug and start over with a new medical staff because there's no excuse for 2 years in a row. I know a lot of it's fluke, but some of it has got to be slightly more preventable.
Yeah, they are not healthy right now, but hopefully, they get a couple guys back. And I would like to see Mac Jones keep going with this, man. The guy's 3-0. They just coming off a Thursday night win over the Rams where he had absolutely fucking nobody. You gotta just let him play, I guess, man. It's harsh to go back, to take the job from Purdy, but Mac Jones, I think he's earned the shot. But speaking of MVP,
I just think it's going to be the same thing with Rico Dowdle. Yeah, Rico Dowdle and Mac Jones are in the same boat. They both came in and killed it, but it just lets the team let their guys take their time to heal. So maybe you're going to rush them back if you're 0-3 with Mac Jones. Now you're like, you know what, Brock, just take an extra week, heal up 100%, 110%, and then come back. Chuba Hubbard, just chill for another week. let Dowdle get revenge on Dallas, and then maybe we figure it out after that.
Yeah, but Mac Jones is not just scraping by. Like, he's outplayed.
No, I know.
Purdy. It's a tough
Yeah,
call.
Purdy's been injured all year. That's what I'm saying. Take your time and get better. If it's a week, 2 weeks, 3 weeks, whatever.
It's going to be some battles in the practice field now, man. Speaking of MVP there with Daniel Jones, we got to talk about the fantasy MVP so far. You got those two guys in Indy, Daniel Jones. Unless you're in a super flex league, you know, he hasn't made as big an impact. But the other guy, Jonathan Taylor, probably a third round drafted running back, absolutely killing it. You know, you got your regular quarterbacks, Josh Allen, Baker Mayfield, Hurts, Lamar Jackson before he got hurt. And then you got Puka Nacua, man. Who's your fantasy MVP?
Damn, Josh Allen's still QB1 over Baker, even though he didn't do great last night. Baker had a couple so-so weeks. Bro, honestly, I'm going off the script on all of that because Jonathan Taylor is still a second-round pick. Who else did you say? The QBs, they got drafted, you know, where they should. I'm going with Javonte Williams. So far, if we're just talking week 5 results, he's we played non-PPR, so he is RB2 on the season, drafted in like round 10, drafted in whatever, let's say round 7, 8, 9, 10 range. Looking at it, the top 10 running backs: JT at 1, Javonte, McCaffrey, James Cook, Gibbs, Bijan, Kyron, HN. All those guys you kind of expect to be in the mix. Javonte Williams has no business being that high, and it looks like it ain't no fluke. So the buy low window is probably closed. That's my fantasy MVP, and I have none of them. I'm pissed.
Yeah, Javonte, he's not even a guy you can trade for. If you have him, you can't trade him away. He's too valuable to let go. But I don't know, man. For me, it's still got to be Jonathan Taylor. Like, the big weeks are just too big, man. And he was well outside the first round, and clearly he's the best running back in all of fantasy football right now. Absolutely crushing it, and just the focal point of that offense. So, but
yeah,
it's still early. We're 5 weeks in. We got a long way to go. It could be either of those guys, and Puka's right there. I don't like to give the fantasy MVP to a quarterback. I think wide receivers, running backs, you got multiple of those guys in each and every week. But the most lowly position of all this season, these goddamn tight ends, man. What do we do here? Has Dalton Kincaid finally shown that he is, you know, potentially the best?
Yeah, he's tight end 1 right now in non-PPR. I don't think he's the best. I think this is going to be up and down all year. A lot. It's such a touchdown or bust position because right now we got Hunter Henry's tight end 4, and he had a week with fucking 9 yards. So, you know, he's just caught some TDs. Jake Ferguson's looking like the real deal. Tyler Warren, I think let me check the yardage because I think Tyler Warren might have the most receiving yards. Yeah, he does. He has 307 receiving yards, and Kincaid is second with 287. So I'm loving Tyler Warren, but dude, I'm off the tight ends, drafting tight ends high, man. Because the top 5,
it's over.
Not all of them were fucking late. Like Brock Bowers is hurt. I know he started explosive with 100+ yards week 1.
McBride sucks.
His
team sucks. It's used to be a position where if you got one of the top 3, you really made a difference on a week-to-week basis. Like when you had the good years of Gronk and Kelsey and Jimmy Graham before that, those guys really made a difference. This is about as useless as the kickers now. You can literally grab anyone. There's a guy by the name of A.J. Barner as the 5th best tight end, and I had never heard of him until I brought this list up. Like, that's how scarce it is out there.
Jake Tongs, whatever. He's in the
It's
top
crazy.
10. Like,
And
there's
we're
dudes
talking
on the
about
waiver wire in the top 10.
We're talking about through 5 weeks, the number one tight end has 46 points. Like, it's just not making that big of a difference.
Bro,
But,
we skipped
man,
wide receiver, but I got to give a massive shout out to my youth. I'm not going to butcher it like Gronk.
Oh no, we
Geeku
talked
or
about
whatever.
fantasy MVP. He just
I know,
wasn't.
I know,
we talked
but
about Puka,
another
but
one-
nobody shouted him out.
Yeah, but I'm saying like Puka's number one in non-PPR with 82 points, where you could get Igbuka in the second half of the draft, and he's got 5 less points, 77 points, right up there. It's Puka 1, Igbuka and St. Brown tied at 2, Pickens 3 or 4, Smith and Jigba, like Quentin Johnson's up there, Romo Dunze even with the bye week.
Dude, don't
Let's
go
go.
past Garrett Wilson. He's finally having a season, finally. But this is a list too. All of the other guys, Jefferson, Chase, they're nowhere to be found, man. Chase had a great game last week, and he's obviously been dealing with Jake Browning, which is just about as awful as it gets. But the fantasy landscape has shifted this season, man. Those household names, they just ain't doing it no more, and it's the rise of the new guys, man.
Yeah, no, it's hectic out there. It's been a topsy-turvy, upside-down fantasy season so far. Hopefully, if you're listening, you weren't one of those unlucky motherfuckers who drafted like Malik Neighbors, Tyreek Hill, fucking, James Conner, Joe Burrow. There's so many combos you could have based on the round by round that there's people out there that just got brutal. Or I saw one meme, it was like RIP to like the manager who just lost Malik Neighbors and then traded for Tyreek Hill to like save themselves, like shit like that.
Yep.
Yeah, dodging bullets out here, man.
You spoke about Javonte Williams, obviously your fantasy MVP so far, just based on ADP. But it's been a running back revival of more than just him. J.K. Dobbins wrecking my R.J. Harvey stocks. And Travis Etienne, who was about to be kicked to the goddamn curb, is now back, man.
That pissed me off. The Etienne, I thought he was done. There's a few running backs out there that, like, if you got them in the late rounds, you're just laughing. You're sitting pretty. Mm-hmm. I thought I had one. I had Trey Benson in our OG league. And all of a sudden, I'm seeing those 12-point projections, feeling all nice. You know what I'm saying? That fool got one game, 6 points, banged knees, and then all of a sudden he's having surgery. And then I picked up DeMarcado's trash ass, who disgraced himself.
You gotta stay
this
away
week.
from the Cardinals.
And Michael Carter came in and had the big game. But it's nice to see, man. They always try and write everyone off in the running back world with age. Every year they make it seem like they're grandpas. But I got a soft spot for J.K. Dobbins. That fool's come back from ACLs and Achilles. I think he did one of them twice too. So it's great to see him succeed. Javonte Williams, nice to see him thriving. And loved it.
The running back position deeper than ever. We got a massive game. It's Monday afternoon. There is an absolutely massive game on tonight. Your Jacksonville Jags. You got a lot of stock over there. You got BTR. You got the Prince who was promised. You got Etienne. He's out there. Versus one of your favorite teams, the Chiefs, who have turned it around since a slow start. Mahomes coming back into his own. Let's get a prediction for this Monday night game. And can I just say that almost all of these primetime games have been absolutely incredible. Down to the finish, down to the wire.
Yeah, really have been. Like, I would love to know the number of money lost on people just having Rams as, one leg in their parlay. Because that seemed like, bro, when you saw the injury list, Mac Jones with no Kittle, Jennings, Pearsall, Ayuk, you're just,
crazy.
It's over. But tonight, man, my gut is saying the Chiefs are going to mop the floor with them. Or sorry, my brain is saying the Chiefs. My brain is saying the Chiefs are just going to run all over them. Not run because they suck at running, but you know what I mean. But my gut is saying the Jags. I don't know if they're going to win this. Their defense has been clutch, but I think it's going to be I think we got a barn burner. I think the Chiefs win a close one.
Ooh,
and the Prince who was promised
the Chiefs
pops off. Finally.
No, we need him to win.
So
we need the Jags to keep winning. I'm going to go ahead and say the Jags get it done. Big win. Statement game for the Jags. They need to have this happen. But before we go, we got to talk about last night's game. You introduced me to the saying or the nickname Drake Maybe. I was saying it all week. Every person I met talking about football, I introduced them to Drake May. That was the greatest nickname I'd ever heard of. And then him and Diggs go into Buffalo and get the job done, man. A great day for you as a Buffalo.
Incredible. You know what? I used to hate on the Patriots because it was just easy. Like I started watching football. Everyone's telling me about the GOAT and this and that. I'm like, yo, I can't just start rooting for Tom Brady. I learned to respect him over time, but I actually kind of like the Patriots now. Like, there's just something about him. I do have Drake May on 2 fantasy teams. Oh, I'm not jumping on the wagon like fully or anything. But it's just a new regime. I've always liked that coach. He got a raw deal in Tennessee, fired him for no reason. Now they have some dusty
No, they
coach.
just sucked.
Like,
you can't just suck for so long. Yeah.
Yeah, but it was not the coach. He's one of the better coaches in the league. Anyways,
absolutely. That's one of those ones where you fire them for no reason, and then they move on, and you know they're going to be good. It's an awful thing.
I've always liked Diggs. I like Drake Maybe, and a bunch of random mocks there. I can't stand Ramondre Stevenson, but anyways, I like Hunter Henry. But yeah, the Bills. Fuck the Bills. That was wicked.
What a big win for New England, though. Like, actual statement saying,
Bro,
we are sticking around in this
division.
Yeah. Shocked.
The turnovers
Absolutely
were insane.
Shocked. Yeah, they had a bad game.
Bro.
I think it was those stupid jerseys, man. I said it in the group chat. Those things were hideous, man. Like, you got to stick with the blue at home, man.
The back-to-back fumbles was
jersey.
insane. Remember, I think who fumbled on the Bills?
That was a rough outing.
Keon Coleman fumbles. You're like, all right, here come the Patriots.
Dude, he's great.
First play, they fumble.
Yeah. Now, Keyshawn Booty might have the illest name in the league, though, man.
Yeah,
I like that shit.
He had a bad penalty, though. That game was sloppy, but yeah, dude, Drake May MVP, but it kind of could have been Diggs too, because a lot of those he was creating after Diggs. The catch.
On the sideline, that catch on the sideline was unreal too. He dropped a hilarious Instagram live. Did you see that?
Yeah, I saw that. Going nuts. Because pro
the naked
pro
homie in the background?
Try to downplay. Yeah. They always try to downplay those kind of games where it's like, oh, it's just another game. But then he's honest. He's like, was that personal? 100%. So
that meant everything.
Good for Diggs. Happy to see it. He's got a baby on the way with Cardi B. You know what I'm saying? Just making it pop all over the place.
One last thing before we go. Baseball update. You know what went down this last weekend? The magnitude of what occurred.
I told you what I was going to do. I watched game 1 against the Yankees. Bro,
the whole thing?
I think I tuned in. It was 2-0. No. Mason texted me, and I didn't want to disrespect him. He was already a basketball fan. I got him more into ball. I got him into football. It's my sports boy. But then he tried to text me about baseball, and I was like, you know what? I'm going to watch it so we could talk about baseball too. And it was the most boring, maybe 40 minutes. Dude, I missed the 2-0. That's when he texted me. And then I didn't see anyone get on base for 30 minutes, it felt like, on either team. It was a defensive clinic by both teams. Yep. And then all of a sudden it was 3-0. And then they went they just went on a rampage. What'd they finish that one? 10-0? But that was a
10-1.
fun first watch.
First game finished
And
10-1.
then, yeah, 10-1. And then I was fucking at work for most of the last game, unfortunately, but I turned it on and watched them close it out in the 9th. So I'm trying to be a part of this. I'm jumping on our home team wagon.
Oh, yeah.
I'm gonna
Let's
try and
go.
watch.
Let's
when I'm
go.
free, I'm watching.
Game 2 was even better, man. We're talking about one of the most iconic, Vladimir Guerrero with the grand slam in the playoffs against the Yankees with the little Jose Bautista bat flip. Our $500 million man finally having his moment. As it goes right now, through 2 games, we got more home runs than strikeouts, which is an insane stat. Wow. New York is just getting belt to ass over and over. And we got to go to New York and finish the job still. But damn, what a sweet thing. And did you see the Buffalo Bills came out on Twitter before game 1 choosing the Blue Jays over the Yankees? And they're from New York, which has started a whole big stir down there in New York. I don't need to get involved in. But Blue Jays over Yankees, we getting the job done. No. But our farm team, our G League style team, is the Buffalo. They're in Buffalo.
Okay. Oh, that's
the Buffalo Bisons.
We got to get the love from Buffalo.
So it makes sense.
We love Buffalo.
Yeah.
That's wicked. I'm gonna be locked in to the next game because if they win, it's over, right? So they basically have 3 chances to close it out.
2 in New York and then 1 back in Toronto. But the dome was rocking.
The rookie got a lot of praise too.
Trey Savage. Yep. It was his 4th game in the MLB. Started at single A this year. Made it up to triple A. Did his thing. Couple starts to end the year. And honestly, he was lights out in those couple starts. So give him the ball in game 2. 5 and 1/3 innings. No hits. 11 strikeouts. Absolute clinic.
Wow.
Yeah.
One of the
Blue Jays
illest
are
names
exciting
too.
right now, man.
I thought the game was over. I thought I missed it all at work. And then Jesse texted something about the Yankees are getting back shots right now. So I had to check the score. And then when I got home, it was still popping. I'm like, oh, I caught what does it call it? The top of the 9th? Or whatever.
The Yankees got a couple innings once the young bull left. They did their thing. But there was another clinic. And can't wait for game 3.
Go Jays. Imagine they win it all this year. My first year. Game 1 was the first baseball game I could honestly say I've watched in my life. I've been to a couple Jays games. I wasn't paying attention. I didn't know what was going on. I've never watched a game at home ever. So what a time to become a baseball fan.
The dream scenario is Blue Jays, Dodgers, Toronto versus LA.
Friendships will be ended.
That's what I need, bro. I need
group
that
chat
shit.
will be on fire.
I need that. Yeah. Guys like Jake won't be able to handle the heat when it comes down to it, man. All right, y'all. That's going to wrap up this week's pod. We'll catch y'all next week.